BagFuel, baby.
Oh, man. It's the real ID boys right here. Space Ghost, Esso, and Hynaken live on BagFuel.
Like, subscribe, super thanks. Go to bagfuel.com. Go cop the sweatsuit. Go cop the sweatshirts, the BagFuel babies. Cop the cookbook. And if you want consultations, hit us up directly.
Yo, salute on the business brunch merch too. Oh, because I was like, what are these double, triple Bs? And I'm like, oh, they stunting.
We trying to step our game up with the business brunch and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we all try to step our game up. We didn't did like 11,000, 12,000 subscribers in a month. I think that might be one of our biggest months.
Yeah.
We're at what, 114,000 subs right now.
Space Ghost is going crazy on the streaming. Everything's
going crazy.
Yeah.
What's up with the business brunch, man?
What you mean?
We got a little beef with the business brunch, man.
Why? You act like that you liked it. I thought you liked it.
I did like it. It was beautiful. It was a nice time.
But what's the beef?
What's the issue?
Yo, I'm not in none of the recaps, son. I'm not in that one recap video. Nothing.
He's barely in a recap. Yo, let me say this, and I'm gonna say this on camera. And niggas is gonna be so mad at me.
Yeah.
L hired the cameraman, and he's a good cameraman.
He's ill. He's ill.
No, he's an ill cameraman, but you know, I realize he's ill for he does a lot with rappers and on video sets and those types of recaps. So I feel like I told him, I said, yo, we should have just had Space Ghost do the recap. I could have put the money in Space Ghost's hand because Space Ghost knows exactly what I personally need.
That's a
fact.
You know
what I'm saying? But I just realized you wasn't in no recap. That's crazy. But you don't be coming. So people, people
don't know what he looked like.
People don't even know it's him. This is the craziest part. At the end of the shit, Jazz Jab, a photographer, comes in and he's like, yo, I missed the whole thing. I was like, Ange left or whatever. And he said, I didn't come to meet Ange. I said, who came to meet? He's like, man, I wanted to meet Space Ghost. And he was standing right there. I was like, Space Ghost. I said, he's right there. Ghost, boom. Yeah. He's here to see you, Ghost.
Space Ghost and I need to do a reality show of just having cameras follow us while we walk. Because you don't be there to see the ridiculous.
No, real talk, Hynaken gets so much attention. Like, it's actually from crazy niggas.
Like, what you mean?
Bro, he gets attention from the craziest people. It's not even like they know him or whatever. It's just niggas just... All the weirdos on the street stop for Hynaken.
Why?
Yo, bro, because
he was telling me it, and I didn't believe him.
But listen, it's more than the weirdos. Man, it's more than the weirdos. This is the show that we dedicating to this nigga. And I'm putting this shit on blast. It's more than the weirdos. The bitches is checking for this nigga extra crazy, right?
It be the weird bitches though.
But listen, hold on. It's the rich bitches. It's the hood booger bitches. It's the bitches that's not in state. And the whole shit, I'm like, damn, I'm sitting over here like nobody checked for me, right? So the bitches is telling a story behind my back like, that nigga's mean. He talking about me. But Hynaken, we love him. He's so friendly. He's in everybody. So he's in everybody's face.
He's the total opposite.
When I nicknamed him Denzel, it's so bad right now. It's so many bitches. I'm saying it on camera. I'm calling this nigga Zizzy. It's too many times I gotta say. I'm like, yo, here goes Zizzy with his shit.
We walking down 25th. I walked down 25th my whole life. My whole life. These niggas don't ask me for shit. They don't ask me if I want to buy one of them Kente cloths, nothing. Hynaken, I'm walking with Hynaken. Everybody want to sell us everything.
He hates it. He got the look. He got to look like these are my brothers. What are you talking about? They see him coming. It's like Akon on 116.
Yeah, that's a fact.
They see him coming. They know they could smell that shit on him. Like, you're African. You better buy. You're Haitian. Bring your ass over here. You better buy.
When that girl almost crashed into me, it was like, what? And I said this on camera. The moment I turned 14 years old, people just be acting crazy. I used to, because Esso be like, yo, why you be chilling in these spots? I'm like, they're gonna act stupid. He's like, yo, bro, there's something wrong with you. You've been poisoned. You have trauma. And I'm like, bro.
It was something else, son. Bums on the Street was doing saying.
But don't you
have to say something?
But because he says this out loud, it just happens when you put things in the air. Pause. He's like everybody.
That's
weirdo.
how I feel though.
Everybody weirdo gonna talk to me. Everybody weirdo gonna talk to him because he put it in
they
the
do though. That's the crazy part.
This ain't something I want to happen. I'm gonna tell you a story. I was in high school, right? So you never met my other brother. So his cousins, because we got different moms. So his cousin on his side of the family, we was in high school together. So then one day he pulled me to the side, and I think we were a freshman or sophomore. He was like, "Yo, bro, like, what's your secret?" I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He's like, "All these girls just be talking to you, nigga. We're in the class together. I don't talk to nobody, and I go to sleep." He's like, nah, there's a secret formula to this. Mm-hmm. I said, wear lugs, my nigga. I was wearing lugs. Lugs was lit. Lugs was lit for 1 year. Lugs. 90.
Never wore lugs.
1995, it was lit, and then it was done.
That's questionable. We got check the record.
It was only good for 1 year.
We got to check the record.
You wasn't born yet.
That's some Brooklyn shit. I remember Lugs with Funk Flex and all that. I remember that shit, nigga. We was clowning them.
Lugs was always with Funk Flex.
Birdman and Funk Flex, nigga. I remember.
Funk Flex had that in the 2000s. That was after it was.
We got to check the record on that.
Before Flex, this is 95. Niggas ain't give a fuck like that.
95 niggas wearing lugs though.
No, it was good for 1 year.
95, Hov wasn't even a hit. Yeah, hell no.
This is what I'm saying.
No,
it was only good. And then after, once 96 hit, you got clown. 95.
They're gonna kill you for this one.
Nah, I don't give a fuck.
It's up. Lugs.
Yeah.
Nobody wore that shit, bro.
Yes, niggas was wearing that shit.
Nike boots.
Esso wasn't even in New York at the time.
You about to say you was wearing Travel Fox back then.
Nah, nigga, you get robbed if you wore Travel Fox. It's lugs before Travel Fox. So we've had our fun. You know, let's start.
Wait, speaking of bums on the street,
what's up,
do you
Ghost?
notice the smell of bums are extra strong now?
I mean, if you don't shower every day.
I be driving by. I don't be walking by them no more.
Like, they always stunk.
Yes.
But I feel like it's extra funky.
Maybe
now.
it's older bums who still been stinking up and they've now matured into a stinkier smell. Did you ever consider that?
I don't know. Maybe the soap in the homes is running out. It's expensive.
Soap is expensive, bro.
Y'all talking about something nasty right now.
I don't know. God bless Ghost, but
walking here, I smell the fuck. I'm like, yo, this is a different type of smell, bro.
Right.
And I walk here all the time. I see shit. That smells.
Where you pass the bum at?
Up the street.
Yeah.
Up the block.
And you smelled them like that when you blew past them?
I didn't even go near them. They was across the street.
No.
Bro, that's nasty.
That's potent.
No.
That's potent product.
Across the
They were across the
street.
street.
Nah.
You could smell that. It's bad now.
All right, let's get down to the body bag, yo. It's two on the docket. Who do we start with? Tory Lanez or Diddy? They're gonna merge, but come on, Ghost. You called me on live.
What, you said you going to the party when you get out.
Well,
who said that? You?
I said, yo, listen.
Oh, word? You coming to the party where I be at? Where Poppy get
out? The freak out.
Nigga, I'm shaving my head. I'm gonna have glasses. I'm wearing a suit. It's up, nigga.
I'm going. It don't even be like the freak offs that they're talking about are not at the party.
No, we're not talking about that.
We just talking about the coming home.
The coming home not guilty. You know how Prince had his party? And I said, yo, S, you know when the Yankees win the championship, right? They got the parade down the Canyon of Heroes. I said Puff is renting the whole Broadway. It's gonna be Puff, Eric Adams, and Trump. They're gonna have a party. They're renting out Say Less, all the Brooklyn chop houses, Panda, all at the same time. And they're like, yo, Puff is coming to every restaurant for 15 minutes.
Puff beat this shit. It's gonna be like when Michael Jackson. Remember when Michael Jackson beat his shit and everybody was outside?
Dancing on top of the car?
He danced on top of the car.
Nah.
Nigga, forget Mike was dancing on top of the car.
Let me tell you something.
Amongst the people when he beat the charge, okay?
Bruh, I still remember. I
forgot Mike was on trial.
Yeah.
Yo, because Ghost, you wasn't old enough to remember.
What do you mean?
No, the OJ trial.
I remember the OJ trial. Though.
Everybody knows the OJ trial though.
But you don't understand
school.
The magnitude. Bro, I remember I had my history teacher, Mr. Rothbard.
I was young when OJ.
Yeah, that Mr. Rothbard, right? He bought the TV in. He's waiting for the not guilty. And when they said not guilty,
I thought he was waiting for the guilty.
That's what I said. He was waiting for the guilty.
No, you said he was waiting for the not
No, I
guilty.
said when it said I put the words together. He was waiting for the guilty verdict. He bought the TV in. He said, "This is history." You see him salivating. When it was like not guilty,
every white person wanted to kill every black person out. Where they let a black man go after he murdered a white girl
and a white man in the California.
Driveway.
Wow.
And I remember this world-class football player, Ghost and Esso, ran out the classroom, started screaming, "The juice is loose!" We failed every class.
Yo, that shit was wild.
Yo. So this Puffy thing, this Diddy thing, I think it might end up being bigger than the OJ trial.
I don't think so.
They don't have no cameras in there. If there was cameras in there,
bruh.
It ain't big. OJ's trial, for lack of better words, was
monstrous.
The entertainment was phenomenal.
It changed TV.
Yeah, yes.
The entertainment was phenomenal. That was the first reality television show of all time to me. Was the OJ trial? Yo, Johnny Cochran became a star. I'm getting
all of them
niggas. No, not the Kardashian father. He was cool. Johnny was the star, nigga.
Yeah.
When Johnny put the fucking mask, what did he put on? He put the glove. He put some other shit on.
Yeah.
Johnny was going crazy in that.
And he's rapping. If it doesn't fit, you must have quit.
This nigga was good.
Bars.
Yo, he was going crazy. He gave you bars. Yo,
charisma.
If he didn't get acquitted, it was at least gonna be a mistrial. Because niggas wasn't going to get any black person in that thing. Nigga, if the glove don't fit, you must have quit. Forget about it.
And today, they saying Cassie's getting cross-examined by Diddy's lawyers. Oh, it's gonna be a circus. Go make sure
they
you check
already. Wait, somehow you didn't see the text
shit.
message that they sent already that they had Cassie saying she's with all the free calls.
Yeah. Oh, that's just to start off.
I know that. Oh. So it's like this is gonna be B. This shit is wild, okay? Just the stuff that she said that he did. I said, damn, this nigga is going crazy, but none of it was a crime.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
None of it. Yo,
they have to figure out.
Yo, as freak nasty as y'all think he might be.
No, he is.
He's not. As freak nasty as he's proven to be, he still hasn't committed a crime, though.
No.
There's not a crime to be freak nasty. So many things. This is gonna be the damaging part. This is what I'm telling people, and it ain't even a Puffy. Now niggas in the street know how niggas really treat them pretty bitches.
Yeah.
See, I've been telling everybody. I'll be like, yo. I've been telling them, yo, don't say that.
Oh, my bad. You're bleep. You're bugging. I just pulled a Joe Button.
Yeah, you're bugging. Okay?
Crazy.
All I'm gonna say is that now people know, because I used to tell people like, yo,
it wasn't believable.
All the prettiest women are the biggest slut burgers on the planet, and niggas would be, I'm like, you're treating a guaranteed.
That's what academics were saying today. Academics said Cassie does look beautiful, but it makes it seem like she's innocent.
Yeah,
the more innocence on a beautiful woman.
The more beautiful that this is what I'm trying to tell
let him complete the pass.
You just happen to cut me off.
Let him catch
the biggest slurs is the prettiest ones, and y'all are treating these bitches like Queen Bee. And niggas would be looking at me like, I'd be like, yo, she's beautiful. So you know what she's been around? Ballers, ball players,
criminals,
drug dealers, criminals. And you know what all these niggas is doing? Putting out for her. And you know what she's doing? Putting out for them. She's introduced to the life on a higher level. Nigga, in the music business, watching your girl fuck is the minimum. The only girl...
That's a fact.
Yo, wait, time out. The only girl niggas ain't watching fuck is they wife, and some of them is putting them up for grabs because they live a swinger's life.
Yo, a very affluent businesswoman told me the only way I can fuck her friends is if I put her in position to watch.
I had a girl in the front seat with my man. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna tell a story.
Yeah.
I was with her for a moment and she was coming on to me, Ghost, right?
Yes.
So my man says to her, you don't know who the fuck this nigga is? Don't be doing that. I said, she don't know me like that.
Yeah, nigga.
I said, yo, shorty, chill, right? Chill. She like, yo, when I put this thing on you and you ain't gonna know. I said, yo, shorty, chill. Like, relax. So she grabs my little, you know what I'm saying, area as we walking out the restaurant. I'm like, yo, you can't do that. Yeah. My man says, yo, tell shorty don't come over, because I was already had somebody else coming over. This girl was just coming on to me, goes crazy, right? So she sees the other girls, so we all going to the party together. I'm like, fuck it, we all go to the party together. She ride in the front seat with my man, and me and Shorty is in the back, and the whole time she's telling Shorty like this, yo, you don't like to watch him fuck? You know, I let my man fuck bitches in front of me. I like to watch him fuck. Yeah, and Shorty's calm in the back like, nah, I'm cool.
Nah. Yo, listen.
She cool as a fan. Nah, I'm cool.
Yo, Ghost. To piggyback off this, no pun intended, I went out to dinner with this lawyer chick. So she spent the bag on us, right? Esso got some money. I got some money for you later.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Yo, so
I did. I got a couple dollars.
I didn't have the hoopty.
He's Zizels. I told you he's Zizel.
Yo, I had the other car.
And you brought the Bentley out?
Yeah.
I knew he came to front.
Yo, nigga. She's ripping her titties out on 57th Street, jiggling it. And she's like, can I pick up my homegirl? She needs to see this movie. Right on 57th Street, right by all the stores. And Esso's like, yo, where you at? I'm like, I'm at this restaurant. He's like, people don't go to that restaurant. I said, she paying. So
see, he getting all the work. See, my story was old. My story wasn't. Listen, I'm talking about. He talking about last week.
Oh, that was.
I ain't talking about last week. All right. This is.
But going to the Diddy party or not?
I'm going.
What's the Diddy party?
Is that celebration of him being not guilty.
But what's entailed at the party?
Nigga,
see, you don't just get me bro. You can't just get me committance and stuff, because they go, he know what the Diddy. No, I don't know what the Diddy party is supposed to be. So if you tell me what the Diddy party is supposed to be, then I can tell you if I'm gonna be there.
The coming home party.
Yeah.
If they're throwing a party for Puffy coming home, I'm gonna be there.
Bro. He's renting out every.
Me and Clue gonna be there. We pulling up.
We don't know if he's doing it.
No. Me and Clue, yo, if Puffy come out and they giving a congratulations, whatever party, I'm pulling up.
Listen,
in the Miami crib.
Eric Adams is.
If it's on Star Island, forget about it.
Eric Adams is smoking hookah with Gorilla Nims. Oh, it's up. It's up. Yo, it's going to be Eric Adams.
Hookah is not against the law.
I don't understand.
That's just showing he's cool.
I don't understand why people get at him for partying. Like, I don't understand. I don't really get it. I don't get the hate.
No, it's not hate. It's just what we've perceived mayors to be in the past.
But they're people.
Ghost, I don't disagree with that. But if there's a functional understanding of what we've accustomed to.
Come on, man. I know, nigga.
Let's
wait, whoa. You going through all of that trouble and you know what the problem is? He's black. That's it. He's a black man, and there is a mandate, it seems like, across the world that when you see them shining, go get them. They're shining too much. Bring them down here where they're supposed to be in their position. That's what they think of us. So it's too much shine. Puffy, you too loud. You defying what's going on. Put a case on this nigga. Boom.
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown, a supposed problem. Allegedly from 2023. Allegedly. So since it's allegedly, get him.
Next one.
He's black.
A$AP Rocky.
Oh, A$AP Rocky.
Oh, with the billionaire. You wanna let's slow him down.
Yo.
It's more?
It's more. We can
billions.
we can keep going. You're like, what are we talking about here? Like, everybody's acting like, I don't know what's going on. Look at Deion Sanders and Shador. Check them niggas. They got too much money. They flashing rollies at the game. He's a big deal. He got the illest jersey sales. He went 5th round. Yo, I'm tired of these niggas. How's he going 5th round and he got the biggest jersey selling now?
Oh, they're tight like tigers.
Yo, come on.
And he's doing his thing in practice.
And he's throwing touchdowns in practice. My God, I'm not going to get rid of this nigga now.
We got to deal with the Sanders family for another 20 years.
Oh, my God. Shannon Sharp, go get that nigga. Yo, stop playing. He said 100 million. He flossing. He out here talking about I ain't never doing nothing. This is what I'm doing. He got other shows on the side with his homies making bank. Hey, Ghost, go get that nigga. And like in our whole society,
R. Kelly? Nah,
we gotta stop right there.
See,
we just on the road.
You just changed shit up right there. We just went from $15 to $4.82 per 1,000 views now.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Yeah, and
I just want to see how far this is gonna go.
Oh no, it's an endless list. But right now, this P. Diddy trial is one of the greatest circuses I've ever encountered. When the lawyer said, of course, you got to pay porn stars to smash her. They're professionals. I said, this is amazing already, theater.
But it's true.
No, I don't disagree. But, you know, words matter when you crystallize them different.
And the person that's paying for the sex worker doesn't go to jail. The sex worker goes to jail.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know. I think it's both sides.
How?
You know what's funny? Do male prostitutes go to jail?
Yeah.
Get locked
Yeah,
up?
nigga, what?
Nigga, crazy.
I wouldn't know. I never got
Prostitution is
Nigga, when they
illegal.
run down on any whorehouse, you think it's only women whorehouses?
Yo, think about this, though.
But is paying for sex illegal?
In most states.
I think in certain states it is.
In Vegas, it's not.
No, Vegas is not.
No, in New York, it's been decriminalized.
Okay.
Like, you could, if they want to enforce it, they can. But at this point, they let it go now.
They let niggas do drugs in certain places and it's coke and dope. So you know
what's funny? What I've never seen,
I went to Oregon. Them niggas is shooting up in the streets.
I've never seen a woman get arrested for paying for sex. Think about that.
I've never seen that before. I mean, I don't be around women that I would know to be paying for sex. Like, I think, I don't know if it's fun for women like it is for men. Men like paying for pussy.
Yeah, that's true.
They do. It's like a fun thing. Niggas like, yo, we all gonna get together. We all gonna pay for pussy.
Yeah, but what they said with this Diddy trial, it just looks like they're just here to speak about his sexual life and embarrass him.
Just go get the nigga.
That's it.
Sit him down. Let him know he's not really in control of this world like he thought he was. Sit him down. Take a lot of his money.
Let me ask you this question. What Cassie's husband's going through right now, is it worth $30 million? Hold on. But right now, is that worth $30 million for that look he be having on his face every day at 5 o'clock when he walks out the courtroom?
Any nigga's taking Cassie for that $30 million.
With all them stories? You good with that?
Nigga.
What about you, Ghost?
Wait, I
don't think he knew, bro.
He knew already. And let me tell you, yo, he knew. He knew. He knew.
SS. When I see that nigga's face,
but listen,
he knew shit, but it's a lot.
Knowing privately and realizing that people are gonna know publicly is two totally different things. That doesn't mean he didn't know.
No, I'm not saying he didn't know
like my
stuff.
father. Okay, that's like my father, and you know my father. Right?
Yeah.
That's like me knowing that Cassie did that shit and I'm still rocking with her and I'm having babies with her. And my father's watching this shit saying, what? Like, Cassandra, that, what? Like, this is who my son, this is who my grandkids are. That's what those looks is for, my nigga. And then the next look is, you overlooked this shit? This was cool with you?
Listen to this. I'm not saying he didn't know stuff. Hold on. I never said that. But if
he should be put on the stand.
Hold on. They're trying to. But if you think any girl has told us 1,000% what she's gone through, we're all bugging, right?
I'm not saying 1,000%.
All right, cool.
He probably didn't know.
Yo, listen,
the crazy
you don't
details,
need to,
but he knew.
Yo, once you know, nigga, listen.
Yes. Go.
He's been around. He's been around.
Yes.
We gonna close this out.
Yes.
Once you follow behind a nigga like a Puff Daddy, somebody of that magnitude, You already know what your girl is doing and been done. Stop. Like this. Chill. Once you pass through those type of range, those super duper, Puffy was not regular rich, okay? Mm-hmm. Puff Daddy is a whole nother thing. I'm not talking about Diddy. I'm not talking about Sean Combs. I'm talking about the nigga I know. Puff Daddy
or Puffy?
Puff Daddy.
Okay.
Is a different nigga, okay? Or with the money always been the nigga. Like anything, anywhere you go, everything is a go. Like there's nothing you can't have. If he wishes it for you,
genie in the bottle,
you can have it. There's no niggas out there like this. You got a Jay-Z, you got a Beyonce. These are niggas that's of another level. Mary got that paper, but I wouldn't even put Mary on that level. You feel what I'm saying? Nas got that type of other $300, $800 million shit.
Yeah, but these is like less than 1%ers.
This is what I'm saying. So when you're around one of these things and you take, okay, you want a less than 1%er's girl, ex-girl? Huh? Bitch, I can't afford you, first of all. First of all, let's start right there. I can't afford nothing to follow behind Puff Daddy.
I don't disagree with none of that, but when I see that motherfucker walk out that courtroom, every time it's like he just got hit with a clothesline of some new details that he probably didn't even fully understand.
Andre was a baby, yo.
No, and I understand that. And to go to your point and what Ghost said, he has to also know the shame of how people are looking at him. I don't know if he can. Some niggas don't give a fuck. But I know he's like, people are looking at me knowing that
they're looking at him, but you got to understand this about a woman, especially if he really loves her, my nigga. She wasn't of this earth when she was with Puff Daddy. So you can't penalize nobody in that type of, there is no one that was in that position that you don't know what anybody would have done. We know plenty of women that would have done all that stuff willingly. He wouldn't have had to coax him into nothing.
Nah, of course not.
You know what I'm saying? So if he's really looking at that, and she was really young and impressionable.
Yeah.
He got her when she was like 19. 18. When I discovered her, she was 16. When she got with Ron Leslie, she was 17, put her shit out 18. She was with Puffy when she was 19, maybe 20. Fuck out of here, nigga. Yeah, but it's a double-edged sword. Like, it's a double-edged sword, my nigga, because if my 20-year-old is with Puff Daddy, is Lil Randy's running around with Puff Daddy, I got to be there. You're not just running around where he got enough money for me to be there sometime, especially if you're his girl. You know what I'm saying? Well, you running around saying that this is this girl. I'm not leaving my 20-year-old out there, my nigga. I'm not just doing that. She got to have some type of representation at some time, my nigga.
Yeah, I mean,
Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
Stabbing 14 times after the other girl's bodyguard comes out and says he heard her say she shot her something 3 times and Tory broke it up and all this other wild shit. But isn't that the story that's been known and been told already? And then on top of it, that's real. The other dude, has vanished during the shit.
I had said it.
Tory ain't have no DNA on the gun.
Let me say this, right? I said this in an episode. Is Tory Lanez sticking to the G.O.A.T? And what I mean by the G.O.A.T, not snitching.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
You've been said that. I ain't gonna cap.
Yeah. And he could have said that. And he let them, he was trying to get his lawyers to say it. Of course, they handicapped the lawyers. They handicapped him for the most part. To sit there and watch all these people go on the stand and said, dance, bitch, dance. To sit there and remember the other witness that said he saw the 2 girls fighting and they said, that don't count. And my man is in jail knowing he tried to stop the girl from getting clapped. Then Meg has the nerve to put out a documentary and then put Esso in there and act like Esso was wrong. But what does Esso always say? I'm never wrong, nigga.
You better check the record.
Check the records.
You better check the record.
You understand? And yo, this
No,
is
you were wrong.
I was wrong about something. I'm about to
You
say,
were wrong about a couple things. Somebody texted me today about
but 98% is closer to 100 than it is to 0. So what the fuck?
It's little things. It's
Niggas, yo, one of the reasons people try to be on BagFuel is just to say, aha! They want the aha moment. Yo, a lot of the guests are like, can I get an aha moment with this cocksucker motherfucker?
I was wrong. I didn't know that Nori was black. What did the person text you with?
Yeah.
What was
the
I wrong about?
Cormega and Nas video was the thing that came out already.
Okay, cool, whatever.
What you mean was a
Who
thing?
knows what they talking about?
The Cormega and Nas, you said, because on the Gully TV shit, you said the Cormega and Nas, it was talking about old music videos coming back. And he was like, yeah, if they had the Cormega and Nas shit, da-da-da. And that really came out. It's a video.
When did it happen?
It happened in the
Cormega and
90s. It
Nas.
came out already.
Okay, cool, whatever.
I probably said the wrong name because I don't even know about a Cormega and Nas song.
Yeah.
More money, whatever.
That ain't Cormega and Nas. That's AZ and Nas.
AZ and Nas, yeah. But
See?
that video's out already. That video came
AZ and Nas?
Yes, that video came out.
From the 90s?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
They
But-
sent the video.
Yeah,
He said Esso didn't know what he talking about. He
Yeah,
sent the
that's
video.
nice. But back to this.
Okay, that's not major. But okay.
Nah, it's not that crazy.
Yeah.
I thought he had something like.
But back-
but go ahead.
But back to this. We've always said the black man is at the bottom of the barrel. We are the number one target. And this Tory Lanez thing has shown that in full spades.
It's scary. The Tory Lanez thing is scary to me.
Now let's unpack this.
They just throwing charges on niggas. Like,
Yeah.
that's wild. Like Young Thug got out, threw charges on
Oh, we
them.
forgot about Young Thug.
I forgot about Thug
Put him on the
too.
list.
Who else?
Thug.
YFN Lucci.
Yeah, he got out on some other shit.
So when
Like, damn, son, but they be putting these niggas down, ruining their whole career, taking
Life.
their money.
but let me say
That's
this.
crazy.
Is it so much girl power? So much girl power.
Why you gotta call it girl?
No, listen. What is the benefit of making Tory Lanez the fall?
Business.
Hold on. Let's unpack this. What's the benefit of making him the fall guy?
First off, Tory, I
wanna hear-
the case was important because during that time, Tory Lanez just got out his contract. He was an independent artist.
Okay.
And he was doing the quarantine radio.
Yes,
and he was
going
fucking
crazy.
on fire.
Yes.
As an independent artist.
Yes, legendary.
And then all this bullshit happened.
Okay, so that's one. But now,
And he was saying openly, like, Rock Nation want to sign me. This nigga want to sign me, but I ain't doing it. I'm going to go
Okay.
independent.
Now, to be fair, I've heard that with other artists and other entities where, if he doesn't come to my team, it's drama for life. So you're saying that's one of the angles.
I'm saying Meg is already Rock Nation, and his father is openly saying not Rock Nation cohorted the lawyers, cohorted this. He's putting the blame on the label. I don't know if it's true or not.
All
but
right.
he's putting the
So
blame
you're
on
saying if he had signed the Rock Nation, this would have been a whole spin, and it would have.
If he would have signed the Rock Nation, he would have never been in jail.
Yeah.
She's with Rock Nation. We settle this stuff, and I don't know the business, but
Yes.
But this is how it's done. We settle this stuff at home. We're both in the same place, in the same location, under the same management and money. We're not even letting this
She
out.
was beefing with Nicki at the time. Like, you got to think, like,
We're not even.
You know who's owed an apology? Chris Brown, Drake, the baby, when they all openly supported Tory Lanez, and everybody's like, these guys are traitors.
everybody openly supported
Justin Timberlake.
Drake, everybody
Yes.
supported Tory Lanez during that time, bro.
And I always hate the narrative. You guys hate black women and you hate your mother and all of that, right? No,
I think some of it is true. Not all.
All
but
right,
some of it is
let's
true.
make it true then. Now let's see what happened with Tory Lanez and all of this and what he's going through. Do y'all hate your father? Do y'all hate black men? We don't say that dumb shit.
But-
Have we ever said that dumb shit? No?
Because we know they do already.
Really, you think so, Esso?
The bitches hate black men and they daddies. Are you crazy? Do I think so? I know so.
Well, the black
They
women are
already
coming
been
out and saying
poisoned.
they hate each other.
Whoa, time out. Let me just say
I
this.
don't believe that.
They already
That black women hate their fathers.
Did you see the stuff? No, black women hate each other. They coming out as that right now.
I'm gonna tell you why
No,
the
that's
black
one-
women
yeah.
hate the father. Because the mother's telling them to. They already done poisoned their mind. What are you talking about? See, fathers that are in the house, they don't hate them as much. The father that's not in the house is hated, nigga, for various reasons why the baby mother dislikes them. It's highlighted. It's passed down. How many women tell you, hey, yo, niggas ain't shit? That's already in the handbook. Once you grow up and you start looking good, come here, girl, come here. Let me tell you one thing. Niggas ain't shit.
Let me say this.
That was a trend on TikTok a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Get your father's side of the story. And
they don't.
No, women were doing that on TikTok, and then they coming back crying like, oh my God.
This is where I'm going with this. Every woman I've encountered, this could be anecdotal for me, is whether their father's in their life or not, especially if they're not in their life, they do everything in their power to fight for that connection, to get into their lives. They be like, yo, my father was never around, but I keep fighting to be with them. Everything is about the father. Like, why can't I know girls to this day, they're still crying once a week because their father was never in their life. And the love I see, the thirst, the desire to just say, this nigga's in my life speaks to me more of a hurt of wanting that father companionship more than I hate this nigga. That's my experience.
Okay, now your experience is on one angle, and it's the angle that you always speak about, right?
Yes, I agree. I said that.
It's on the angle of the kid that you always say, all the fathers that don't give a fuck about their kid, those are the ones that people desire.
Yes, you're right. You're right. I'm not even arguing.
Okay, that's the low pool. That's the low pool. Niggas want to be in their kids like this.
Yes.
This is the whole point of the TikTok saying, get your father's side of the story. So the ones that you're talking about is the little bit, oh, I don't give a fuck about her, eat dick, I'm out. Yo, yeah. It ain't a bunch of those. It's a bunch of niggas that's saying, yo, I really love my kid. No, my kid got nothing to do with my relationship with you. I'm going to be there for my son. I'm going to be there for my daughter. And she said, you think so?
But as
soon as I get a chance to separate you, since you love this nigga so much, watch it. As soon as I get a chance to separate that bond, I'm a rock it.
Let's merge your situation and mine. You're right? But what that turns into is it turns into not animosity, but distance, to the point where the pops is like, all right, this is a check. I'm paying it. There's no connection with the kid because the mother has railroaded it. Now it circles back to, I want this dude in my life. I want this man in my life.
It all depends, bro. It all depends.
It's a wicked cycle.
What you're discounting is because
I'm not a father, and I haven't gone through that.
You looking at it from one angle, bro. It's called influence.
Yes, you're right.
It's called influence over a situation. And the most times, the person that you spend the most time with, whether you like it or not, they have the influence over you because you're following their pattern. When you break their pattern, it becomes a problem. That's what goes on. So when you talking about a test pool of girls that are yearning, oh, my father never been there, that's why. That's it. He never was there. And that's why I said before, you were the one that brought that to the forefront. It's always the fathers who don't give a fuck that
everybody want the father to be around.
So then what I'm trying to explain to niggas that most of the men that want to be around, whether they like the baby mama or not, they still wanted their kid in their life. It comes to a point whether I gotta choose me being sane and having to move on, or am I gonna push the fucking needle and go crazy and spend all my money and lose my job and do all of this just to do this shit?
Yes.
They know that they're putting you in a position. Then they pull a trick of, I'm leaving the state. It's too expensive for me here. Like, it's all these different type of tricks that people pull to disarm you from being a parent in somebody's life. And the whole time that this is going on, the kid frontal lobe is not developed. They have to go based upon what the mother say, no matter what they see. The mother's telling them, you can't see it. You have to trust me.
Yeah.
It's that easy. Because she's the one that's feeding you, giving you the clothes.
Out of her, so it's a different connectivity.
And bust this, even when you pay child support, it goes to the mother. So they're still seeing the mother spend the money that you sent them. So even though they're spending their own money, they're spending your money too on the kid. And the kid don't even recognize that that's your shit. There's no feeling.
No contribution, no connectivity.
There's no feeling. So then you find yourself saying, yo, whatever you want. You want sneakers, you want this, you want that. So now your kid got 40 pair of sneakers here and 21 pair of sneakers here that they're still not wearing because you're compensating for shit that they don't even fucking need, bro.
So what's Meg's hatred towards Tory? Because when we see it, it's not.
I don't want to go to jail. No. She thought she wasn't going to lose her career. She didn't want her friend to go to jail.
I don't think Meg has. To be honest, I think it was just hurtful because of the whole fucking.
She's protecting her career.
And at a certain point, they stepped in like, yo, this is what you need to do to
protect your career.
No, I get all of that because this started because of him rocking with other girls. But
remember when it first happened, she didn't want to snitch. She didn't want to say anything.
So that I get all of that.
Everybody was shutting up in the beginning. That's what made it fucking confusing.
And nobody looked at Meg bad. Nobody looked at Tory bad. If this shit had just went away, it would have been the best result.
It was only until they pushed Tory like, yo, he did it, and this and that. And Tory is like, yo, they coming for me. Do something, and then it just spun out of control.
And that's why I asked you, what is such the directness of making him the fall guy? Had this just been, an incident happened, we don't know, there's no case, it fades to black, like a lot of things fade to black. He puts out his music, she does that. This circus doesn't happen. This man gets stabbed 14 times. 2 days before this news is supposed to come out. Ain't no such thing as coincidence.
Oh no, it's not.
Like, come on now.
It's not.
Now it's offensive. And we said, this is the worst. If Tory had passed away, whoever's advising Meg, this would have been the worst thing for her career.
What if Kelsey had more dirt on Meg and then they paid her off just to get it out the way?
I don't like to do the assumption.
That's an assumption, but it's very viable.
But we do know that Tory's DNA was not on the gun. And that's what I kept saying. I argue, shout to my cousin Amara, because me and Amara had a smackdown, drag-out argument.
Well, she's your family, so you're feisty.
on how, black men don't support black women because I said Megan Thee Stallion was lying. And for some reason, that triggers something in her heart. And because she doesn't even come at me like that, and she went crazy, and I'm expecting an apology from my cousin. When I see you again for the 4th of July, I'm expecting the cousin. Amara, everybody knows her in Atlanta. Yes, that's my cousin, okay? Yeah. My blood, all right? Anyway.
Let's go!
Anyway. This is the problem of why I say it's the dissension between black men and black women. Mm-hmm. Because even though it was so apparent that this shit wasn't what it seemed to be, the black women jumped on the black woman's side.
Yeah, and then whoever was writing the script, dance, bitch, dance. So you really gonna take a line from Harlem Nights to really bring that back around? Let's play it. Come on, bro.
What my black women don't understand is they're trying to break y'all away from us. And y'all are
in real time.
And y'all are letting it happen. Y'all are believing everything that everybody is saying about the black man, but they want to break us up because together we dominate. Mm-hmm. So think about that. Think about this. This is a philosophy, and I'm going to land the plane on this one, Ghost, right? The whole reason why they rather y'all have the money is because women are not bred to take care of a man. So that's already gonna be a problem. So if I make it so that the man can't make money and I give it to the sex who isn't supposed to be out there supporting from what society says, no woman is gonna say, I'm taking care of my man. There's no pride in that. Mm-mm. There's pride in men taking care of their woman. When we come out the womb, find a good man that's gonna take care of you. So you know what a man isn't if he can't take care of you? He's not good. So that's the easiest way. I'm not gonna give Space Ghost a job. I'm gonna give it to his girlfriend. I'm going to keep it in the same household, but I'm going to give it to the person who isn't supposed to take care of anybody's self, but who isn't supposed to take care of anyone except for themselves and their kid if they have to. I'm causing dissension
immediately
from the beginning, my nigga.
Yeah. I went on a show and I said the most offensive thing you can do is have a 9 to 5. And then the gentleman argued with me. And I said, ask every girl, if a man's only gonna work a 9 to 5 and he never gets a promotion, is that okay with you? And they all took a deep breath. It's like, he's never gonna
get a promotion is a no-go.
No.
Never get a promotion for any. Yo,
nothing.
Listen,
you stay right there.
If I have a woman in my life and she maintains the regular shit for her whole career, we got issues.
You feel the same way too, Ghost?
Period.
Right.
If you had a girl and she just stays pretty much baseline and
I mean, yeah, that's why I left my ex in a sense.
you say you love your ex?
Left my ex.
Oh, you left your ex. Pardon me. I said,
I'm not saying you gotta do great things and move mountains, but bitch, you can't work. Yo,
But what do
you
you
can't be a cashier.
But hold on.
You at least try to be the manager.
But S,
Try to be the manager.
Let me be very careful with this. You like being a person that people can depend on and rely on.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's just only for you. And you're like the last line and the first line of defense. And you do a lot of things to make sure that the women in your life know that you got their back. Yes, and one of the things you said is like when you're dating a woman, you don't want her to be immersed in her job. But if you want her to elevate, that comes with being immersed in the elevation.
No, it doesn't.
I don't know. I don't think they're mutually exclusive.
It comes from being excellent and being on top of your shit.
Yeah,
I'm not asking you to. I just said to you, I'm not expecting you to move mountains. And listen, and for me, being better does not have to be just in your workplace. Being better could just be like, yes, I am maintaining this job and I've been a secretary my whole life, but you know what I'm gonna start working on, Ghost? I'm gonna start working on investing. I'm gonna start working on saving a couple more dollars instead of spending it so I can do more things for us. I'm gonna have don't worry about it. I'm gonna make sure the house is clean. I'm gonna do other things.
This is all hypothetical, but what she's on point and you're encouraging her, and then she starts out earning that man, then we're back to the point of what you said of, hey, this is dissension now a little bit. This is all hypothetical.
But you gotta do your shit too, nigga.
I don't disagree.
But listen, it does cause dissension because I can speak from both spectrums.
Yes.
When my wife started making a whole lot of money, right? She needed help that you could not supply if you was working a job. So I took a step back in what I was doing with everything, and I only worked with Clue. And that was I was only on certain things, booking, weekends. I took a very big hit in my financial spectrum to make sure she was going to make that money. Because if she made the money, it was going to be more than I was going to make and she was going to make together. You feel what I'm saying? So I said I can push her, let her make that money, and still come along with still what other people would think is a lot of money.
And then you said something private to me, right? You said I'm still gonna pay the bills.
Yeah.
And so why did you say that though?
Because
it's already there. It's just an easy transition.
No. He said something really key. He's like,
I forgot what.
No, you said like, yo, bro. You cannot be in that position whether she's making more and not cover all the bills. It's gonna be a problem
and not contribute.
Why would you step back on what you already been doing?
No, but I
don't even understand.
But if he's lowering how he gets his money, it's a bigger burden on him.
I'm telling you why. Because it's society.
Yes, and I understood him.
Listen, I played this. This could have been my mistake. I'm not a perfect man, right? I played to my wife's mentality, to the world's mentality. So instead of saying, yo, I'm not making $150,000 on my own, right? I'm making $68,000 now, right?
But you got free time to support.
Yeah, I got free time. I'm home. I'm doing what I need to do. Everything's straight. She doing what she got to do. She got the house. All the bills is paid. I'm running everything. She's contributing money too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's contributing, right? I played to the mentality because I said I don't want her looking like this. I don't want her paying all my bills.
Mm-hmm.
Because in her, because in
none of us do.
In a woman, but she had far in enough money.
But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, but you're not looking at the whole thing, right? You would say that, but what you're totally forgetting is I'm making this money when I'm going out on my own.
Yeah.
Right? I'm making $100,000 less, my nigga.
That's massive, bro.
$100,000. Niggas ain't even making 100. Yeah. I'm making $100,000 less to make sure she can go on and make money. So I'm going from 168 to 68. That's why I had the $68,000 number, because I knew it exactly. Yeah. You understand?
That's real niggas.
So I'm going from 168 to 68 so she can make 250, 275.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? Because if I don't, I can make my little 168 and she's going to be making 128, right?
They don't add up.
No. But she's going to keep trying to work. That was going to be bad for me. I got to make 200. All right, fuck it. Go ahead. I'm going to change my whole schedule so you can make the 200. You follow what I'm saying?
And that's why when I said, like, a woman, I've never seen a woman want more and be satisfied. We've always said women are the most unsatisfied creatures. And when
we
like, yeah, yo,
nigga.
So you met.
No, they not satisfied. I'm on that boat.
Y'all got daughters.
I got a mama and sisters, and I've been with a lot of women, and I've never met a woman. Yo, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never met a woman that said I'm satisfied.
And the reason why I say that,
I never heard that from a woman.
No, but bro, real shit though.
But you agree.
But it's the natural order of life, because a man. Most men would be cool with just a basic living situation and chilling. But a woman dared to invigorate him and say, we can do more. Yes. We can do more. We can do more. Because that's where we need the driving force to get this money to be great.
No cap.
And so now when Esso says, I want her to do more or be more, it's a tricky slope, because I've seen women say they want to be more and it metamorphs into something out of this planet.
But that's why I said to you, I said it doesn't have to be more with making money professionally, but you want your chick to grow.
Yes,
that's what I think that Ghost is talking about, and I'm not talking about leaps and bounds. You follow what I'm saying? But you want to see different things. Growing, like I said, is as simple as, damn, I come in, I don't have to tell her to clean the house. That's growing.
Yes, I understand.
That's growing. That's not saying you gotta go out and get more money and all that. I'm not a nigga say that you gotta cook. Damn, when she goes out now, she knows what I like. She just brings it home. Yo, baby, you know I'm not cooking. Bang. I'm cool. We're growing, my nigga.
That's gonna be tough because
that's more learning each other.
I don't. But that's growing.
Listen, y'all not wrong. But women love to be the main character. Let me show you something. We've all been this. You ever called your girl or call a girl you talking to?
But why they ain't, huh?
Huh?
In your word, why they ain't?
Why they ain't what?
The main character.
Yeah. No, they are the main character. I said they are.
Now they are.
No, they always been.
When I pressed you about it. When I pressed you.
No.
Bitches always.
No.
I want to give me a watermelon drink.
No, you're not understanding. You're not understanding.
Why did I press you and change the whole shit?
Bro. You're not understanding how I'm using the terminology. Okay, Every girl thinks they're the main character.
But you said they always been.
You're not hearing. Even my sister thinks she's the main character in my life. My mother, cousins. You're not understanding.
I don't think that.
Bro, let me show you. Let me give you an example. You call a girl, she don't pick up. You call her back. She doesn't even say. She be like, yo, let me tell you what just happened. Yo, hold on, slow down. I called you for a reason. But no, you need to hear what's been happening with me. It's about them. And I'm not mad at that. I recognize that. Yes or no, Ez?
Why you can't just pause and then get to your point after?
when a girl's doing the machine gun.
I like females.
Yes.
So I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest.
I never said it was an issue.
I'm stern in a lot of ways with females because I let them get away with murder. You know what I'm saying?
Like, sometimes you got to because
I'm not mad.
You'll look like him if you don't.
Yeah,
I let girls get away with murder.
Bro, you be mad at them. You can't let them get away and then be mad at the fact you let them get away.
No, because it's not being mad that they got away. It's the abuse. I'm like, yo, I let you rock. All right, yo, S, right? Let me tell you a scenario. This happened right after we left your business brunch.
The same thing.
No, this literally happened after your business brunch, right? We come outside, right?
Mixer.
Yeah, the mixer, right? So it's me and Ghost. This young lady runs down on me, right? She's like, oh my God, I gotta take a picture with you. I said, all right, cool.
That did happen, yeah.
Yes, just like that. I said, all right, cool, let's get it rocking.
Zizzy.
So now she starts getting distracted. A lot of time is
there was a lot going on.
Yeah, no, and I said, yo, what's up? You hawked me down, let's take this picture. And then she's like stalling. I said, yo, my man's, which is Ghost, he's a businessman. We got shit to do.
I didn't have shit to do.
No, yes you did. So now
he can't just sit around now.
Nah, he can't.
No, I gave her ample time. You know how much time I gave her? He walked off.
She was doing a lot. He
walked off on me. And I said, yo, my man's walked off. What are we doing? Her homegirl stopped her and said, yo, listen, this is not a man you make way, bitch. Get your shit in order. Because by then, Ghost walked up. I said, you see my man left. I'm about to leave.
He's fucking loving it. When y'all walk up and say, this is not a man you make way, y'all don't
She said that. I didn't say that.
I know. Y'all don't even know what y'all doing to this man right now.
I didn't do nothing. I agree with him.
I'm talking about, exactly. I'm talking about how his head paused.
But Esso.
He said, that's not a man.
All right.
Y'all done created that.
First of all, the first time Esso and I ever went to an event, right? He
didn't finish the story.
No, then she took the picture and I met up with you because you left me. Because she was taking too long, right? Yes or no? You left me. You was already by the car.
I was standing right there.
I'm not mad that he left.
I was literally not even a block away.
No, I'm not mad. Because
they were on the same block still.
No.
I was just up a little bit.
Yeah,
because I was loud.
First of all, Ghost had to leave the event, right? Because he knew two of the girls in there, and they were hawking them, right? I didn't know he knew them.
Y'all niggas got a lot. Y'all got a lot going on.
I was like,
y'all two niggas. Yo, y'all be having mad stuff going on I don't know about.
Yeah, so... but girls,
I'm not popping. I'm just I'm just a mean guy.
I'm not popping either, man.
Ghost, oh my gosh, yo.
Whatever. But to put a ribbon on this Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion situation.
So you didn't do that?
Yeah, no. We went into a bunch of tangents, but let's close this out. Yes. When black men say they feel like they are a target, these are the examples. That what's going on. To be railroaded and know you got a 10-year sentence for something you didn't do, yes. Now when I see Meg Thee Stallion put in restraining orders on a man in jail, because we were like, why is she putting a restraining order on this man? Because she didn't want the truth out.
We already knew that though.
Yeah, but now it's out. And they try to take him out. And listen, the black man is the number one target.
Listen. Free Tory Lanez.
Yes.
Say
that again?
Yo, listen, on some real.
Let's go, S.
On some real, y'all.
Yes.
Free Tory Lanez, man. This is ridiculous right now. Rock Nation lawyers, call the people, tell them y'all made a mistake.
Yes.
Do one of them backdoor moves, the injunction, whatever y'all gotta do. But get this man out of jail. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous now, and he's getting stabbed up and all types of... Come on, free Tory Lanez, yo.
Yeah, go see, fix it.
I'll fix this shit.
Yeah. So, it's something you got on the docket. I got other stuff.
I got a bunch of shit.
Yeah, let's go through it. I want to hear some of your topics.
Free Tory Lanez.
All right, what y'all think about this Mary J. Blige situation?
What with the Vado?
Yes. $2 million being sued for $2 million.
I thought it was 5.
5, yeah, 5. Sorry, no.
Why is she? So she's suing Vado?
No,
Misa and Vado is suing Mary.
Why?
They said some. She got in the middle of some contract.
She got in the middle of their management shit. So
Misa
she said Mary J. Blige says that she will not work with Vado unless he gets rid of his management.
which is Misa.
And her and Misa was friends.
Yeah.
This sound like some fucking involved. If I would,
So Misa is
Whoa. Sounds like.
this sounds like
This is the music business. It's always fucking involved.
Because this don't make no sense.
What? They've been friends all of these years and powwowing and come on, son.
The lawsuit alleges that Blige withheld Vado's completed album and pressured him to sever ties with the management.
This sounds like Vado was blowing her back to oblivion.
It seems like. Can I ask y'all a question?
Let's go. I want to hear these thoughts.
This ain't no slight to nothing. But
No.
Yo, you think niggas is rocking Mary because she got all that money?
No, she still, from the neck down, that shit is amazing. Nigga. She's older than
No. Her body. Her body's wild, but I don't even mean like he said neck
and
down.
I think she's spending money on the dick.
I mean, saying that. Of course, she got the money.
Listen. Let me be very careful. In my mind and in my heart, I think her sex is amazing. I wouldn't know. I think she spends money. She's a legend. I
heard some shit, but I'm not gonna say it.
In my mind, I think her box is already creaming before the shit comes off.
Nigga said her shit legit though. I ain't gonna cap. And I can't say who because the niggas be like, yo.
And I think Vado was laying crazy pipe, and she's like, "This is my nigga."
I don't know what Vado is doing.
I'm assuming. This is all assumptions.
Why are you saying assumptions though? Why we can't just talk about what we know?
No, because why else? Why is she going so hard to undercut me?
We can assume
nigga.
It's some sex because of the music business, but we don't have to
go into details.
We don't have to assume the whole situation. Come on,
it's part of the movie. I know you don't fuck with this movie.
Come on, don't do the movie.
5 million is an ill number.
I'm gonna tell you why we don't need to do the movie, right? Because you're gonna see some of these people.
You're right.
And you don't. And you don't want to put these people in that weird light. So at least if we're mentioning them, at least mention it to the point of like, I'm not gonna talk about her neck down. I think you're attractive, Mary.
All right, Ghost, you can edit some of that shit.
Come on, so I'm not gonna talk about that, and I'm just gonna say that there's been a lot.
She's straight in the face, but
there's been that shit. But there's been a lot of situations where Mary's paper has been involved. So I'm saying on that type of tip, like how does a woman like a Mary, right? Find or even know, like that's a lonely life. Like on some real shit.
It's tough, especially on a woman's perspective.
On a man's perspective, but it's even worse on a woman. You know why? Yes. Because the woman's not supposed to be making more money than the man, allegedly, and she got supreme guap.
So the 5 million is that cool?
That's crazy.
I mean, that's a lot. Let's not forget. Hold on.
They missed out on tours.
Hold on. Let me show you something.
A lot of shit.
One thing we forgot. She's been paying a lot of alimony.
That's probably over by now. I think that's over by now.
Don't the husband get like 10 years minimum of alimony?
They've been separated for 10 years, nigga. Nigga, Chinks Drugs been dead for 10 years.
Nah, hold on. Let's Google.
Chinks, my nigga, been dead. I saw that they doing a memorial shout to Chinks Drugs. I don't know if they did the memorial, but they said a memorial for 10 years for Chinks, bro.
Mary J.
That messed me up,
Blige.
Bro.
Still.
You're married.
Yep, there it goes. You're right. Mary J. Blige is no longer paying alimony to ex-husband Kendu Isaac. As the divorce was finalized in 2018, she was ordered to pay him $30,000 per month in temporary spousal support for about 2 years. Yep, Esso, businessman. This is why you got to pay for the business mixer and pay for Esso's university, B. Yes. Yeah, he hit it right on the bullseye.
Like, I think that's why. But I'm just saying, on Mary's tip, like, and I'm not being funny because I'm just saying.
No, you being
Mary
real.
gotta find, or Mary has to stumble on and be fuck with a nigga that really would just appreciate her.
That was Vado.
Yeah.
We don't know that.
Allegedly.
But I'm just saying.
So, hold on. We talked a lot about a fancy shit. Let's explore it on a business level, S.
Yeah.
Why does that happen to where two women who are friends, and then there's a gentleman
No,
in the...
let's just talk about management.
Meets is the management.
But does this happen often? Does a company or another company be like, yo,
let's explore it. We have the nigga that's been through it.
Yes, they press you to get rid of your manager. You're damn right they do. And they tell you all types of lies and things to be like, yo, just get him out the way. So when you get him out the way, yeah, he's going to make money off of your album and everything like that. But after he's gone, let him make that in fucking perpetuity. Yes. Who cares? But you got rid of him. Because if he's not there, see, we're not doing that because he's involved. He's stopping you for real when he's really protecting you.
Yep.
But if you get rid of him, then they can have all control. See, when you get rid of certain people like me, I know every part of the business. So if I was in there, I'm in the building. See, I even know I gotta have two managers. One that goes on the road, and I'm the nigga in the building. So if they have any problem on the road, you know where I'm going? I'm going to the building. And I'm going to see, oh, they're not spinning the record out there? I'm going to go see the radio nigga in the building. Oh, you having problems with money and all that? I'm going to go see the marketing and promo person. I'm going to go see who's doing the advertising. Oh, so-and-so didn't get his back half for his beat. Oh, I'm going to go see an A&R. See where the money's at. Let me go see the accountant. Let me go, nigga, I know everybody in the building, the accountant, nigga, the secretary, everybody, nigga. Fuck the vice president. The vice president is ducking you out all day, nigga. They not making the shit run. They not checking the sample clearances and all of that. They got niggas that do all that. You fuck with all of them niggas. And you know what them niggas gonna do? They gonna salute you because you're gonna be bringing them bottles and all that, and they gonna tell you what the real is. Ran, I was in a meeting and they dedicating the money to so-and-so, not your artist.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right, so this is what you would need to do. Go talk to so-and-so and so-and-so and so, because if he rev your shit up at radio, they'll do it. You got 200 spins, they got 700. They going with the priority.
What's up, Ghost?
No, on the heels of that, y'all met Trey Songz and he
met Trey Songz.
Oh yeah, I was with him.
Recently.
Hold on. Let me cut you off.
I'm the reason why they have. But don't put that out for that camera.
No. Hold on. He's not gonna tell the story right.
I'm the reason why you have Trey Songz, my nigga.
But I'm saying that's part of the management.
And he said it when people see it.
I was never.
Listen. I was never managing Trey. Let's get this straight.
Yeah.
Trey, I was managing Big Draws, and I was managing Troy Oliver, and I was managing Lauren Dawson at the time. It wasn't no Rock Wilder. And Trey used to be with Big Draws. Those were my songwriters. They used to bring Trey along, and Trey used to write with them. I thought Trey was a star. Me and Trey bonded like big brother, little brother, although we wasn't that far apart. It's just that in the position that he was in, I got him by 4 years, I was making money. That was the difference. I was just making money and I was already traveling and I knew niggas. So I brought Trey to the studio with Lauren because his father went to church with Lauren. And his father wanted Lauren Dawson, shout to Lauren Dawson, my first producer ever. He wanted Lauren to work with him. So it sat in pocket. His father wanted Lauren to work with him. He was there with my songwriters. So Lauren used his studio time and we booked it. And we got Trey down there and we made Trey write records by himself. The same records he asked me about when you was right there in Atlanta. Yo, Randy, where the records at? No, those are my illest two records.
Let me show you how this shit started, right? So we go to the first dinner, right? We in there, we vibing, we in the grill. Esso's buying champagne at the spot because the spot didn't have the liquor license. It just opened up. Smoothie. Niggas like, it's time to smoke weed. We out of there. We get to the other spot. It's a lot of lingering. Then we go up. It's cameras. Trey's not there yet. So now they're like, yo, you guys can't be over here. So Esso just takes a pull of the blunt and looked. So they leave him alone.
I said, Trey not going to trust me. I'm good.
Yeah. So now they're like, we have to move over here. Esso's like, I'm going to the bar. He starts getting drinks. Trey comes, right? Esso has the wherewithal to know where to be. He goes into a spot. Nobody's bothering him. He's smoking weed. Next thing you know, the whole party levitates over there.
Yeah, I don't even know why the party was over there. Yo, word the mother, the party was on that wall, my nigga.
The shit comes over, right?
And they was like, Jeezy's here. I didn't even see Jeezy.
Jeezy, Bow Wow.
Bow Wow.
Yo,
they was
niggas.
all on that wall. Because they were over there, Ghost, I'm over here like behind the door, standing on the shit, smoking. And the man's like, you can't stand up there. I'm like, yes, I can. He's like, no, you can't. I was like, all right, cool.
All right.
So I get off the thing, I'm smoking.
So now we leave the section a little bit. So now we come back with more drinks. They're like, yo, you guys can't come in here. So now Trey,
we in Atlanta.
Yo, Trey sees the nigga from afar. They send another nigga. Trey said, them niggas and that nigga right there with the braids, he's supposed to be in here. Now the security's parting the waves. Esso walks. This nigga, Trey, see him. That's the only time Trey is hyped. Not because it's a nigga, because that's their brothers. It's a movie now. They're like, oh my God, these niggas know each other. Slapping fives, all this other shit. Trey see me, he like, what up, nigga?
They was acting stupid.
Nigga, it's a movie, Ghost. Bitches is pushing us. I put the bitches up on the tables.
And Trey's like, yo, come down here, let the people
let the bitches
down they let the people be up there.
Well, he didn't say bitches, I said bitches.
He said, let the people be up there, yo, just come down here.
And then he started cracking jokes with me. I said,
we just cracked jokes until we had to leave to get on the plane.
So we take the group picture. He's like, yo, my nigga, you can't do this shit like some fuckboy shit. We got to do the right pose so it look like we're brothers. Mm-hmm. You don't fuck this shit up. You see the girls is right here? He's like, yo, don't touch them other chicks over there. I said, oh, this shit is... I said, I see why they get along. And that's like, yo, chill, nigga. He grabbed... Chill, nigga. We'll do this shit right.
They was on the moment, him and L, they was on...
I ain't gonna lie.
L was like, they be all hype on the moment. I be like, yo, this is like... it was just good to see somebody... that I really was cool with, that I'm really friends with before everything else. Yeah. So shout out to Trey Songz. He said he's coming on the show. Mm-hmm. He said, yo, when it's time ran and all that, he know Clue is on the show. So soon come, pause, we'll have Trey Songz.
But yeah, Gigi had Atlanta on tilt.
Shout out to Gigi McGuire. She had it on tilt. Shout out to her pink conversations and all that. It's lit. She had to believe. Yo, we never had no party. Imagine if we had a party, something like that. Like Gigi Gigi had a little weekend. I ain't gonna care.
Yeah, Gigi,
Gigi had Atlanta shit. Gigi had like a little. She had a little weekend. She had people going to Magic. We went to the R&B shit.
I know that's people's.
But what's up? What's your thoughts?
You think that podcast gonna last? What's up?
Yeah, she got money. Why
the reason why he's asking is where it's being streamed at. Because now you have to convert the people to watch it. Yeah, it's tough to get people who are already.
What's it called now? Now
that's TV.
Now shout to
people
now.
Got it, though.
Shout to now that's TV. I mean, I hope people.
I think what's gonna make.
I hope people download y'all app and y'all make it happen.
I think because of her relationships that she has with the blogs and her familiarity and her fame. The show is well produced. It sounds good. It looks good. It feels good. And I just think once she has viral clips, people are gonna rush to see it. That's all she needs.
I think it's like what y'all told me when we first started this show. Mm-hmm. It's all about if she stays consistent. Yeah. If
they allow her to be consistent?
But this is what I'm saying.
It's not on them.
It's not. It's all about. But it's all about what their layout is. Like they might shoot a season. They might just shoot 8 or 10 shows. That might not be enough. She might have to shoot 50 shows. So I hope that they're prepared to invest into her. Because what needs to be done.
One of the people that is working with her advertising. I just had the meeting with them, and they were asking particular questions, and I'm like, yeah, we meet all those requirements, but I know they had to ask those. But then I'm sitting there like, so then what was the requirements for that if there's nothing
to
exactly? So what are you basing it on then? Is it relationship, her history, who she's connected?
Oh, it's relationship.
Yeah, of course.
And she's a woman.
No, but you're able to yank the money though. with no analytics. So what is her analytics?
Lip service.
There you go.
And Angela Yee.
Instagram. Yo, real shit. Yo, just off this nigga's Instagram alone by itself, don't add nothing. We get a lot of deals done. Because people are like, I want to be on this page for this amount of seconds and times, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah.
I'm glad y'all want to be on my page.
Yeah, I ain't mad because I benefit.
So what do you think? I think how long? You think it's good? I think
it's gonna last.
I have an angle that she could work that will work. But I don't know if they're gonna go that
don't
way.
know what the frequency is with the Now That's TV. How many people are on it? Because it's a certain metrics of that. Are people gonna clamor? What she needs.
They got a lot of shit. They got the BBO shit.
They got people on that shit.
Okay, then she just has to be able to show the metrics. But if they allow her content to be repurposed, you know what happens.
If they put that racy shit out, like Drill Ferry was putting her racy shit out, and they're gonna follow that shit, bro.
It's unstoppable.
Because they're saying some shit.
Yes.
It's all about who's cutting that footage up and where they're repurposing those clips.
I think they need for her
but
show.
that only lasts for so long. You gotta have. It's a whole nother angle.
No. What I think needs to happen personally is they need to put like 5-minute clips on YouTube. Now that's
you got to.
No,
clip
I know
is the way.
Yeah. They clip
that's
Instagram. They can't do what Major League Baseball did, where every time people posted up clips of their shit, they yanked it down. That's why football and basketball is so big in America, but baseball was the American sport. You can't just when nobody can see you, even no matter how big the bag is, you're only gonna last a year or two. Real shit.
You be killing Major League Baseball too.
Yeah, they fucked that up.
You be killing Major League Baseball.
So what about these?
Shit.
What about these other new podcasts?
When you leaving, Ghost? No, real shit. Look,
what? When they want to do it? Tell them tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. No, he leaving.
So what?
Oh, then we do it. Yeah.
So what? So what, bro?
My bad. I thought you were leaving. My bad.
I am leaving, but it doesn't matter if I'm here.
I don't like
you
telling people
Ghost include. By the time this shit air, I'm gonna be back.
Yeah, that's true. I'm so you know me. What do y'all call me, secret man?
So what do you think? What do you think about that?
I'm gonna whoa. I'm gonna start being secret man. I'm taking a page. I'm taking a page out of Hynaken's book. Shout out to TK Kirkland. TK Kirkland said, "Yo, you saying too much. Let a nigga know too much. You
TK
need
Kirkland's old, man. And I told his face,
I'm listening.
Some old nigga shit,
Yo,
man.
listen, I'm listening to. Listen, I listen to the OGs that have been doing it before me because you know what somebody's saying about me.
Podcast, CK?
You know what they're saying. This ain't got nothing to do with a podcast.
This is advice.
This is advice on life. You bugging.
Certain things you should be.
I'm listening to what TK.
But you DJ Clue of the podcast world.
What
the fuck does that mean?
You don't wait to push it out. You just put it out.
I'm putting it out.
Yeah, bro, that's true though.
I'm putting it out still. I'm putting it out still. No, but I'm talking about He's talking about with personal shit, like you know what I'm saying. He's not talking about with the podcasting.
Yeah,
I'm talking about secret man.
You don't really put personal shit out like that.
You don't not like you used to.
Not like I used to. But he's not even talking about on pod. And he's talking about period around these people. Around these people that we around.
You are inclusive with people in a good way.
Go back to secret, but I still like when me and him was talking. He's like, you still could tell niggas way less than you telling them. I said, so I should be secret man like Hynaken because I bring up. He was like, yes. The less niggas know, the better it should be. Niggas should be coming by your house. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. Don't let them pick you up. Always meet niggas at a restaurant. TK, I'm listening.
Yeah,
I appreciate your time.
When I pick you up, you see how I drive? It be like, you like, what are you doing? I'm like, all right, we good. Yeah. Especially if I got the big beat. Oh, I do wild shit.
I don't even like going out.
Yeah,
I don't even
want
want no big car. That's why I got my little car. Well, it's a nice car. It's a nice truck. But nobody would never think I'm in my truck with them. Never.
Yo,
son.
bro, when the windows roll down, nigga, it be the funniest.
I'm like, I'll be like, I'll be looking at
I'm
Hynaken.
trying to spin, but I'll never forget.
What?
Y'all trying to spin it, but I didn't forget, man.
Forget what?
Y'all had a lot of venom for new podcasts, and y'all ain't talking. What happened?
Oh, you just reminded him.
No, it ain't about new podcasts. It's about podcasts that are talking about the podcast that's already existing already. That's all. I think people got to have skin in the game and be doing things and can't think that their former career carries over to this career. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't think that my management and all that stuff mattered. I had to come and learn my way and find my way with doing it in this podcast arena. And I wasn't expecting nobody to salute me. How could I? I wasn't famous. But there's a lot of famous people that come into this pod arena, which I'm entrenched in this arena.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of famous people that come in this arena and they all seem to come and go because they think that it's easy. They think it's like talking maybe on
the
Instagram.
block.
No, Instagram Live. It's not Instagram
Yo,
Live.
niggas really think they on the block. This is what they do.
They think it's on the block, but
I'm on
it
the block.
really takes some knowledge, some understanding, some camera work, people producing your stuff, knowing the correct.
It's a lot of techno shit.
Knowing the correct
It takes
topics.
entertainment.
Knowing
it
the
takes
correct
charisma.
topics to talk about. And Big Boss G said that. Big Boss G said people underestimate us because they don't realize it takes so much charisma and everything just to be on this camera.
Yeah.
They think because they had a former career of maybe being on stage or being in movies or fucking being on the radio prior or being on a commercial that they think that it's just gonna transcend over to the same thing. I don't think people realize how much we film, what it take. I always tell Hynaken, I be like, they just can't keep up. Because they got a lot of other things that they have to do in their life to maintain their status. This is my status.
Yeah.
I don't have to do nothing else to come and bring and maintain over here to then bring that status over here for a check. And then the other thing is their lifestyles are way beyond what our lifestyles are. So the money isn't going to consistently be the same for them.
That's what I was telling her.
They have different things that they have to do.
I was telling you about a new podcast, and I'm saying it's a big budget that they doing, and that shit, it might be good the first episode, but the next episode,
then the next one,
when they start looking at that number goes crazy.
Then they
start
start
be like, yo,
You know what the problem is, man? Real shit. We don't have bots. So when y'all go to our channel, that's what a YouTube channel, a successful one, is supposed to look like.
Kill him.
Yeah, if all the views look the same, because I was talking to a dude, he like, I noticed this one got 8,000. Yeah, because it's real views. Did you see the other one that did 300,000? He's like, why is that? That's how it goes. People press play on what they like.
Yeah, exactly.
If you see a channel with 40,000 across the board and you pay for advertising sponsor, you got wrecked. There is no ROI. There is no conversion rate. When you spend money with us, you get a conversion rate. With them niggas, you just paid $10,000 for a nigga that's only getting 500 views on a video you thought was 40,000 views. That's the difference, nigga.
Let Zizzy cook.
The fuck? I know this shit.
that's real.
It's real.
Yo, I did an interview and the nigga's like, yo, I never heard you talk like this. I don't have to talk like this. I don't need to spew this information. I got a killer and another killer. I can chill.
But people think that, like, like this is the thing. Scottie Pippen could have been the best player, but he had to play his role. This is what niggas don't understand. And then when niggas get to go outside, when people, because we got saying, I want to keep my green dollar signs flowing.
Yes.
So when we go outside, people then realize, oh, snap, he's talented. Oh, snap. He's talented. Oh, him too. All three of us are super duper talented.
Yeah.
All three of us.
And we're way iller off camera.
And then when we add Clue to the equation, all four of us are super duper talented at what we do.
Yo, and when he starts cracking jokes, nigga.
People don't understand that. If your cameraman is mediocre, so is your product.
Yeah, you're finished.
Your product is mediocre. If your producer is mediocre, if the hosts are mediocre, if your outfits are mediocre, your shit is mediocre, bro. You got to do better. And it takes a lot more than to just say, I'm going to turn the camera on. And that's why I said people are failing to realize. I mean, that's what people have failed in because now they realize it. So now they have to go to famous people. They have to go, before you say that, they got to go to famous people, Ghost. Because that's what's going to make the engine run.
I see that. Okay.
But that's it. But that's what's going to make the engine run.
You probably seen that.
And beside the engine, yeah, I told you that.
Okay.
I mentioned that. And beside needing the engine to run, what in a better way that they're thinking? Because everybody's thinking old corporate music business. That's what everybody's thinking.
They are though.
Old corporate. It's like, I'm going to do a record and I'm going to get this rapper on a record.
Yeah, good luck with that one.
Doesn't work anymore. You have the rappers, that's good, but you still need the other stuff. You need the production. Now, I'm not talking about as good as the camera looks. I'm talking about the producer that's coming with the topics. That's always coming with the topics that's laying it out for you. On a platter like Han does for me. Put it right on the platter for me and let me talk about it. Yo, Han's fun. His fun is his platter can go anywhere he wants it to go because Esso can talk about whatever he wants to talk about.
Yes.
That's his platter. If you don't have somebody that can do that, then your platter has to be now. That shows how good your producer is.
Yo, so this is a topic that's right down your expertise. Justin Bieber reportedly sells his music catalog for $200 million because he's completely broke, despite making $1 billion throughout his career.
People spend a lot. I told you they spend a lot of money. Look at what I just spent in Atlanta.
To keep yourself private is a lot of money,
bro. I went to Atlanta to spend no money. I got a cheap flight.
Yep.
I got a cheap hotel. I paid everything in advance. It was super duper cheap, nigga. I spent too much money.
Yeah.
Bro, I came back, my card, I was like, damn, whoa.
Bro, me too.
I spent too much money.
Yo, nigga, I was looking like...
I spent too much money, and we was there for 2 days.
Only 2 days.
We was there for 2 days. So I cannot imagine what they're spending. And it's hard not to, you know why? Because you need to relax. You feel like you need certain things for your life to keep yourself
Bieber
going.
Gotta be private, man. They harass the fuck out of him.
I know, B. Is he
Just
even
to
30
maintain
yet?
your privacy is fucking expensive.
What is he, like 31 maybe?
You gotta think security every time you leave the house.
Then you got family, people wanting handouts.
You're gonna get mobbed. $200 million. Now, if he spent over $1 billion, B, what you gonna do with $200 million?
He might be run through that in like.
And then they say he can't perform because he got that thing where his head gets hard. Come on, son. Come on, man.
Like shit is crazy. Anything else?
Life. The one thing life doesn't do, it doesn't skip over you if you're a celebrity or if you make a lot of money or if you're a nice person. Life still be lifing.
Life is life.
Yo, you know what I saw? They said in 5 years that the nanites will be available.
What is a nanite?
Nanites are like little things they're gonna put in your bloodstream. They've been talking about this for years. Yeah, nigga, this is
how I go.
And so you know, like let's just say you develop liver cancer because you drink a lot, right? The nanites will now like be preventative on everything. So if you look like you might develop diabetes, it's gonna start doing things in your body to fight against everything. So like, let's say your eyesight starts going bad. The nutrients you would get from carrots is gonna start feeding into that. It's gonna feed you.
It's gonna be able to pay for that shit.
That shit is gonna be expensive woo woo.
Like the fucking the brain chip shit.
Yeah, no, I know
that shit gonna be expensive.
What's the brain chip?
Where you can access the internet through your brain without fucking. You don't even gotta do shit in your brain.
And
you know everything.
Updated. They just updated robot. They updated robot. We just robots. We updated.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there like
niggas be
I already
know,
yo nigga. All we got to do is make it to 5 years, and we can live like another 300 years.
Who the fuck wants that,
bro? You don't enjoy life?
Didn't you watch Sinners?
Nigga, I'm not gonna be a vampire. If I'm gonna be a vampire. No, if I'm
literally.
if I'm gonna be a vampire,
they're gonna be sucking your blood forever.
No, I'm gonna be like Blade. That's a real vampire. But yeah, you don't enjoy life. I see you go everywhere. You enjoy.
I want it to end at some point.
No,
for real.
No.
I don't want to be here forever, bro.
No, I want at least 5,000.
There's people I want to see, bro.
I want 5,000 years, bro.
5,000 years?
He does.
Yes, I'm dead ass. I said this before we ever did the podcast. He's like, you're nuts, bro.
Yeah, you're crazy.
Yeah, I don't disagree. But think about it. 5,000 years ago, we were wiping our ass with leaves in our left hands, and we just got the baby wipes. I want to see what is in store in 7,225.
Doesn't seem enjoyable. That seems cool, man.
I don't know.
At some point, like, it seems cool.
No, it's...
Why would you want to live? Because you passed 300 years. Everybody you know is dead. So you're rocking with all these new niggas.
But if everybody's getting the nanites, you're gonna have your tribe with you.
Nah.
What not?
I don't want to see you for 300 years. I'm cool.
You don't want to see?
I gotta get out of here. I gotta leave, man. I gotta be like, yo, see,
I don't know if I can have my tribe. If I can have my tribe
for 300 years, it's up.
I might rock out,
man. I gotta see my best friend who died back in the day. I gotta see her, but I gotta get out this bitch, man. Fuck out.
Nah, I mean that's what makes life beautiful.
Listen, they gonna be there 300 years from now.
Yeah. So
if you live 5,000,
your 5,000 is up, bro.
That's a long time,
nigga.
Bro.
Is it?
Yes.
Nah, son.
That's a long fucking time.
Bro.
Human?
Yo, can we shout out Spotify? But don't they have us on their front page or somewhere?
Yeah, Spotify does have. We're one of the few dudes whose videos you can watch on Spotify. You're probably wondering how that's possible.
But ain't we on the page or something? We not on the page?
I'm going to check.
Listen, you can watch our videos on Spotify.
Yes. So all the record labels and all the businesses that want to do sponsorship and branding with us, we're on Spotify. You can watch us.
We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify.
Instagram.
We're on Instagram.
LinkedIn.
We're on TikTok.
You seen Dave Portnoy on Shannon Sharp?
Yeah, I watched the first clip where he talked about Jason Whitlock.
I've been holding
Yeah,
that
do
shit.
your
Y'all
thing.
keep going.
He was saying he almost signed Jesus and Mero before Gillian Wallow. That's what they were trying to do.
Okay.
What you think about that?
I mean, at the time, depending on what time he wanted to sign them, they were on fire together as an entity. They were doing crazy numbers on YouTube. They have a cult following. I don't know. Hindsight being 2020, Gillian Wallow is a different animal. It probably worked out best because they ended up breaking up and Gillian Wallow's still together. So business-wise, I guess it was the right play.
How you feel about
What's up?
How do you feel about just him being a white man just gathering up basically infinity stones like black people
Guess what? The niggas could do it who's in power and they're not doing it. Dave Portnoy understands culture. He understands hip hop. He understands money. He understands business. And he's like, these dudes are hot. I'm going to bring them into a sports company. He's the first one to call her daddy a shot.
Yeah.
I remember when Preach came and said, yo, Dave Portnoy sent them to the studio to learn how to do this, and they got the green light. So are we mad at a person who's able to take risk on black people and put them on a sports network and blow up the thing?
They're mad at him?
No, Ghost asks, how do I feel about a white man doing this with the culture? The other black people could have did it.
In order to get through them doors, it's always a white face that's involved, bro.
So?
It's always...
I have no problem with him. I'm just...
No, not at all.
It's always a white face.
Yo, Dave, call us.
Yeah.
Trust us, Dave.
It's always a cool white boy or white woman that says, I believe in what
But
y'all
you know what
doing.
it was? It was... He said it was
barriers
Rome. Put him on.
Jim Rome?
Rome, from the battle rapper Rome, the white battle rapper Rome.
Rome, you mean?
Rome, yeah. He put him on to Gillian Wallow. So it took another white man to see that. It took it.
But yo, as said that though, yo, sometimes you never know who's watching you. You never know who's gonna vouch for you.
Yo, bro, when we was on the other show, my man Barr was cool with Kevin Durant, and he was like, I was at Kevin Durant's house, and he wouldn't start something because he had to watch our show. He was like, I was bugging the fuck out. Mm-hmm. He's like, that's my man up there. You know what I'm saying? So you never know who gonna watch you. You know what I'm saying? Who's seeing? Yo, it's so many people. Think about this. I argued with him about Queen Latifah, and I was like, she's one of my favorite actors. She follows me. Mm-hmm. She fucks with me. I've been trying to get on the show.
Let me tell you something. When we first decided to go on this journey, right? I said, he's like, why do you want to do this
I
show?
need another blunt for this.
And I said, yo, S, this is gonna work. Yo, the way you do this, people are gonna repost us. They're gonna really, really rock with us. He's like, Hyn, that's not how that works. I said, they do it for me. I know they're gonna do it for you. And I remember as we building it up, he's like, nobody's fucking doing this shit. I said, they're gonna do it. Gonna do it. And then out of nowhere, it started going insane. Sure. He like, yo, this is tripping me out. How these people are just posting me up.
Was that Clue?
Yeah, Metro Boomin's here too, he said.
Y'all gonna have a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
Get it done. Get it done.
So yeah, but you know, when you put out quality product and you give it your all and you give great information, yeah, it's gonna take time. You know, I had a couple of influencers call me the other day and they're like, yo, you guys are really the definition of getting it out the mud. Yeah. He's like, yo, everyone turned they back on you, laughed and all that shit, and none of this shit was luck. Y'all got a fucking shovel and dug yourselves out, and now everybody's like, oh, that's what it really takes just to get to this point.
Doing the fucking work. It's just doing the fucking work.
I still sometimes be tripping that it's us.
Yeah. I be like, holy shit, bro.
Really?
I mean, there's times I'm like, it's us though.
Yo, bro. I done shed tears over the fact that I can't believe that we made it through all the lies and all the doubt and people like staying away from us because they was believing or staying away from us because we didn't have the subscribers or we didn't have the views but all that type of stuff, and then walking around being in people's presence when niggas is taking clips wrong and niggas is looking at you like oh, you almost had it, you know what I'm saying, you almost was one of them niggas, like you're underground. No, I'm not. I could never be underground. That's what I'll be coming home saying. Arguing with him. Like niggas don't understand the arguments that we've had about trying to blow up and trying to do the right thing and being of standard and not being like everybody else, being who we are and getting paid to be ourselves. And people just like, niggas don't even understand. I heard all the whispers, nigga, when I walked by. And I know y'all quiet now.
Yeah, they having a hard
I know the difference. It's real quiet right now when niggas walk in.
No, the quiet is loud.
Yeah, the quiet is loud. The quiet is super duper loud right now. I love
it when it's like that.
Yo, my favorite, every time, especially when it's the three of us, yo, nigga.
I still don't get that, though.
Nigga, I'm talking about the...
No, he sees it. He sees it. He don't understand it.
I'm like...
He was there when niggas pull over on me, nigga. He goes,
not the regular... Not the people that watch. The industry people, when we go to the... nigga, I can't get enough of that shit.
Bro, I don't get it, like... Because they're still, like Esso said, they're still working from that old-ass mentality model from the fucking... old record label model. And it don't make sense. Like, y'all are bugging.
Yeah, and I'm not saying I'm excited for that. I just know what it was.
It's happening now with the streamers. I seen Tylil and Coco Jones and all this shit, and I'm like, they still don't get it. They still don't get that he's gonna get it lit. Mm-hmm. Like, they're using him for promotion, but they're using it the wrong way.
Got you.
Like, she's doing it matter-of-factly. Like, no, nigga, you need to be like...
Hammer.
Like, y'all still don't get it.
They don't get it.
It's a disconnect.
But you know what? They don't get it. It's a lot of people don't get it. Some of the mainstream artists don't get it.
No, she didn't get it.
Yeah, I know that. Just what I'm saying.
Lizzo gets it.
Lizzo's
a person who gets it.
I didn't want to name. I didn't want to name her name. I didn't want to say it. But I'm just saying, like,
other people
we know that they're not getting it, and it's for one reason or another. Some came up in the industry before it changed, and they were young, and it's hard for them to see other things that they're guided by different things. Some people can adjust. It's easier for me to adjust because I never made it to the mountaintop. I was almost there.
Mm-hmm.
But people are not seeing, like, DDG is Soulja Boy right now.
Meaning?
Like, he's shifting, he's gonna shift the shit how Soulja Boy shifted the shit. And
Like,
people are not really seeing it.
Like shifted in what way?
Where the streamers are going to be the part of the
But
art.
I think DDG, you don't think DDG is in a little trouble with this thing, with this baby mama, and she claiming
his brother been online talking about his baby mama, like about baby mama. Like,
but this
streaming
but
is
this,
a whole
but
different
hey,
thing.
but this goes back. But bro,
she's Disney. She's thinking old business shit too.
This
she don't know how to blow up in the
this goes back to what we talked about
earlier. Yep.
Go get him.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's gonna work.
Yes, nigga.
It's not. You know why? The fans already brought up old videos of Haley having a chip tooth, saying how she chipped her tooth.
And guess what?
Hold on.
Shannon Sharp put out text messages.
No, he didn't put out nothing. That's the difference.
Listen. Shannon Sharp put out, the only dude that put the girl on blast and it worked for him was Jay-Z.
No, Han, you missing it. He's not putting no. It's the people.
It doesn't matter.
Yo, this bitch is cap. That's a way different feeling than you saying this bitch is cap.
Cassie is talking about she had dudes urinate on her, setting up the freak offs, and they're still like, I feel sorry for her.
They hate Diddy. He's already hated.
Yeah, but you're not understanding.
They're gonna hate DDG
we'll see.
too.
I don't want DDG to be hated on.
Me neither.
No,
but
I'm not saying that. But
we just talked about this in the story. They're up in the rafters.
Yes,
we can get them. Go get them. And what's the best way to bring them down? What I just said.
The baby mother.
No, it's the woman, the black woman, to the black man.
With the kid.
Same way. Yo, when that Megan shit started with Tory, it's no way. You hear me? It's no way I would have ever thought Tory would have been convicted. It was going to make it to a court and he would be stabbed up 14 times.
How about this?
Don't
you skip
tell
the part.
me.
Remember when I said he might get 10 years and y'all was like, no way?
Yes.
Nah, because it was hard to see them.
But these other things, this is the other shit that we're saying. Go get them. It's all the thing. Yeah, they saying this cap, but is the lawyers and the judge in that world?
Exactly.
Do they understand that world? Do they care about that world? Or do they care about the old Disney, Beyonce, Rock Nation affiliation?
And he's powerful now. And he's disrupting the Disney princess. No, let's
putting his whole family on, getting money everywhere on the YouTube and all that type of shit. And it's like, yo, like I lived the movie. As soon as it was the problem with the don't have my baby on the song, so I said, son is in trouble.
He's in trouble.
Son is in trouble.
There used to be a time when they said this is a man's world. Currently, right now, this is a woman's world.
Yeah,
real shit.
It's not a man's world. Not a man.
You can't
unless you got some money.
Yeah, that's
See, if you got
not
some
a lot
money,
of dudes got money though. So.
If you got some money,
but all the dudes they've been taking down is the money dudes,
and they still got money though.
Man, listen,
they niggas ain't laying low. Puffy is not a lay low dude. Puffy was outside. DDG is outside. He's on. We outside. We outside. Niggas gotta get their money. Nigga, when that Munyon come, Esso's not outside no more. No, book me is not gonna be possible.
If a new, let's say a producer, right?
Yeah.
Because somebody called me, I'm trying to kind of like, let's say a producer, he's established, he got bunch
Are you
of
trying
shit.
to get them free advice from us? No,
it's
$3,500.
I'm asking a question.
If he asking for you, it's $3,500.
I'm asking a question to you. What would you think? He's already established producer, whatever. Should he just, to get popping, get to another level, should you just continually work with people with budgets, or should you, what shifts
you do
make?
both?
Yeah, right.
But you gotta know. See, the problem is that you gotta really have an ear to know who you should fuck with and who you shouldn't fuck with.
Make the right choice.
So it's all about choosing. See, a lot of producers don't have an ear. Some of them be put in a situation and they shine off of that situation. But to have an ear is to say, I can shine off this situation, but I know this person is a dope writer, or this artist could be next. Or while I'm making my money, I can invest time into them. I don't need money off of them. They're going to be the next wave. So while I'm doing shit with these niggas, I should have worked with them so I can introduce them and say, yo, I got a new songwriter, I got a new this, and then build my publishing off of them. You're my writer. I'm going to get a publishing situation off of you. I'm going to start my publishing company. But you got to have an ear for that. You can't just be a worker. That's the difference between a producer and a beat maker. A beat maker is put in a position to make beats.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get rich.
There you go.
A producer knows who to put together. The producer gonna say, yo, Hynaken, I need yo, Ghost, this beat is dope. I'm gonna get Hyna right on this shit. Hyna's gonna be the perfect nigga that's gonna make this come alive for Beyonce. Oh, I'm gonna put Neo.
But
on
even
this
if
beat.
you're a producer, right? I say you should still even send beats out to niggas.
No,
too,
never.
Right? No, don't do it.
Why not? I don't disagree.
If I'm a producer and I'm established, you gotta come work with me. Send the beats out, never.
Not to like no whatever.
No.
Could you be thinking in the old school music industry?
No. Send the beats out. If you tell any producer right now when niggas is getting the beats off, they not sending beats out.
I'm just asking.
You're getting lucky.
I'm just doing a checklist.
And then you can get
I'm not
beats.
saying like, all right.
Okay.
You're producing.
Keep that thought, getting
whatever
lucky.
project with this artist. He's established. He's got a budget. You're already in there, right? But then there's another artist down the hall or whatever. They need a record.
Come down the hall.
You go down the hall. You make a record with them.
And then go back to
I'm gonna go down the hall
and then finish.
I'm gonna take my beat.
back.
Wait, no, I'm gonna take my beat. And I'm gonna take my computer and we going boom, boom, boom. Which one you picking?
Yeah.
Pull that up, put that inside the computer. I'm gonna be right back. Write your shit. I'm gonna go right down the hall. I'm doing 2 sessions. I'm gonna go down the hall and I'm working with Beyonce. I'm gonna be back once B lays some shit, and I'm worried about what you got going on. Hurry up, lay this shit, B.
Understand, this is not him making it up. He's lived this.
Hold on. We going right down the hallway. Yo, pull it up. Pull up the Yo, I only got 5 minutes. Let me hear what you got. That's how it goes down. You gotta let me hear what you got. Oh, the idea, the melody. We got the studio for 5 more hours. I'm going back down the hall. I gotta dedicate the beat. I'ma say, Randy's gonna come back and check on you. Randy, come back. Where we at? Yo, bounce that down. Pause. Bounce that down. Boom. Put that on, son. Put that on the drive. Boom. All right, get back to writing. I go back in the session. You got something? I got it. Yo, let me get it. Sneak it on the computer. Put the headphones in. What you listening to, Esso? Something for you, B.
He really did all this shit.
Right up. Boom. Yo, it's fire. Yo, tell him. Yo, go back and tell him. Go, hurry up. Go back and tell him to do this and do that and do that. That's how I learned to produce. Running back and forth for the producer. Oh, tell him to do that. And I sit there and say, let me see how this shit gonna sound. Oh, that's a difference. So Corey Rooney says, come here, Randy. Let me show you how to stack. Yo, boom. Dr. Dre says, yo, let me show you how to make sounds. This is what I do to make sounds. I make my own sounds. What you mean, Dre? I make my own sounds. You hear that snare? Bang, bang. That's the top of a trash can. And that's a ladle from when you're supposed to make spaghetti. That's my sound. So when you around all that shit and you learn and you see, damn, nigga, 2 sessions, a nigga like Pharrell will have 4 sessions rocking at the same time. Gwen Stefani, Brandy, Snoop Dogg, and Khalees, nigga, at the same time, nigga. He's booking the whole studio. Khalees, have your ass there 1, so I can start off with you. Ghost, you pop out at 4. You pop out at 5, because I already got the idea for Gwen Stefani.
It's already locked in.
Hey, I'm already locked in. I'm doing her session. Snoop don't need me. He's a rapper. You strategically doing that. Let Snoop do the song. Snoop good, yo. I'll get the once I give him the hook, I'm out. Snoop gonna go crazy. That's how you do it in the 4 sessions right there. Every nigga's 150,000. What we talking about? The studio sessions is 25. I got first halves for everybody, so that's 300,000. I got the studio paid for, and I'm rocking out with $275,000, and I got $300,000 in back ends, nigga. Ready. And I got points and bumps, nigga. So once I got, I get full rate. I'm Pharrell. And I'm getting bumps. Oh, no, I'm getting bumps, nigga. You're bugging. I'm getting all them points. You bumping me up to 4, nigga. Fuck that, nigga. I'm getting 4 points. I'm Timberland. I'm starting out at 4 points, nigga. Your bumps is what I start at, nigga. And I'm getting bumps, too. That's what I'm doing.
See why I said we gotta live forever? This shit, come on, Ghost.
Nobody want to do that forever, bro.
Nah.
No, of course not. But
not even Pharrell doing it.
Yeah, but
He's
even
like,
how,
fuck that shit.
Yeah,
I'm with Louis Vuitton over here.
Yeah, I'm Louis Vuitton.
I'm selling clothes that never come out.
He's selling purses. He's selling purses.
That never come out. The clothes never come out, bro. It's sold out. It's just come off the runway and in the fucking pocket.
Nigga said he's selling purses that never come out.
No, they don't come out, bro. Go to Louis Vuitton right now. You'll never see a Pharrell item in there.
Oh my God.
It comes off the runway. It's already sold.
He's a figurehead. He's a fucking. He's not there to really design. He's there to just keep it in your mind.
Shouts out to all the people that's fading out from this podcast thing, because New York City is the most expensive place to produce a podcast. Just
so why you shouting them out? I feel like you like playing them out a little bit.
No,
you want to shout out to people who's not making it?
No, not because I'm happy that they didn't make it. A lot of people don't understand what it cost to produce this show every week. So when we talk about our pricing, our rates, what it costs to get us to do this, so people are like, oh, can I get on the show? This is what it costs for us to produce an episode.
Yeah, I think I'm going to lower my price to get on some podcasts. I do.
Why are you going to get on podcast? What podcast?
No, just show some people some love. Nah, just, you know what I'm saying? People need a shot.
Yeah, because people are like,
I mean, it ain't gonna be free. I'm gonna lower my price from $3,500 to $1,500.
Just to get an episode done correctly in New York, and I mean correctly, you're looking at about $700. If you're lucky, $500.
If you're lucky, $500.
If you're lucky,
and you still gotta pay gas and tolls and eat and everything. Yeah,
and that's if you can bundle everything properly. If not, if you got your shit fractured, good luck.
That's
Producer,
why I told niggas,
shooter, editor.
I'll do it for y'all for $1,500 right now. Call me. I'm dropping my rate for whoever see this show. You know what I'm saying?
Learn how to do other shit.
Shout out to my t-shirts.
Go ahead. Be good.
Do other shit in what way?
Podcasts are failing.
Say that again? I don't want to shout them out. I'm just telling you, like the landscape is ridiculous.
No, they said a lot of podcasts fell off because it's too expensive.
It's too expensive.
Real talk.
People are running.
Yeah, for sure.
Huh?
People, they don't. Because of how it looks, people really think it doesn't cost anything. They don't know the stands you got. They don't know the cameras you got. They don't know the lighting, the sound equipment, the microphones, and this. They don't know about when we're not
shit is
here.
Outdated too.
It's still expensive though.
But think about when you're gone. We
incur a lot of debt when you're gone.
We get hit in the head when you go on pause,
bro.
On some real shit,
bro.
The cheapest shit I'm not even going to say.
We're not even saying it.
No, I'm going to say it on our rate. The cheapest shit we get is 2 hours, $275.
Yeah.
That's the cheapest. And they cutting us a deal. They want $400.
Yes, minimum.
Niggas is wild, boy.
Exactly.
Niggas is wild, boy.
That's what they doing.
Like, yes.
But to
What's
me,
up, Ghost?
I don't know.
No,
I understand. I get it. Because it takes a lot of time.
And
I agree.
It takes time. And you know what? They're doing? People that been potting. See, they're not like me. I'm like new.
We might be good.
I'm like new to the pod game. But all the people, the potters, they want to weed these niggas out. They want these niggas gone.
Yes.
Because it's really not. You're paying. They be paying this money, and then it doesn't do anything. So they're not return customers.
Yeah.
No, but because what happens is people see a popular studio and they see a lot of high-end talent in there. And they're like, you know, if you're close to proximity, you feel that rubs off on you being close to greatness. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's just like Quad Studios. You want to be able to have a session in there if they don't block out all the studios to say, I'm next to Bust.
With the labels.
No,
it's a whole different.
But he's talking about the people who don't work with the labels, the independents.
Yes.
And then they book Quad and we be like, why are you booking Quad? Why are you booking? You don't need Quad for that. But they want to book Quad because Tupac got shot there. Yes. Busta Rhymes. be having
He's
this
right.
shit. Jay-Z used to record in there.
They want.
Yo, fucking Travis Scott is
Bro,
up in there.
every studio we record in, they bump the rate up for the new customers and say,
See, Ghost gonna be paying attention.
BagFuel shoots in here.
Ghost is
Esso
gone.
and Hynaken be in here.
Ghost is gone.
And I'm not mad at that.
I shoot it. Sometimes they don't even shoot it.
But listen, I'm never mad at the marketing and promotion of the business, especially in the climate that we're in. So if you're gonna weaponize our name, of course. Then
But the rent is crazy too.
No, we know the rent is crazy. So it's a crazy circle. But the number one thing Esso says, get more money, nigga.
But that's why I don't want to. That like a lot of people. Why didn't you get a studio? I was talking with fucking one of the studios we go to. They like, why did you get a studio? Da, da, da. Just to upkeep that is fucking crazy, bro. Why would I do that? When I work with my guys, we just fucking go. So I'm making them fucking.
But think about how much good fortune of our skill set is to merge everything to make this make sense. No one else in this.
Our expenses is low as fuck.
Yo, my nigga.
Make it low.
And it's still hard to make money.
Yes.
Our expenses is super duper low.
Ghost, think about this. This is a $600 microphone. You don't want to know how I got this, how I got that.
Everybody got more expenses than us.
Yeah.
And we're just now.
And we're shelling out money.
They think, to be honest, they think
What's up?
the background and the da-da-da, they go crazy. Look at Joe Budden. He's buying new couches. Nobody gives a fuck about the couch.
Yes, they do
What are
care.
y'all talking about?
No. They do.
What's the content?
Ghost.
I get it.
Stop.
No, I get it. But
I
to
think
be
you should get
honest,
new couches.
what kept us longer? The content we putting out or where we at?
But Ghost.
How many places in other locations have we shot?
Let me show you something.
How many places in other locations? We shot in hotel rooms.
Let him start.
Come on,
I'm gonna show you
stop.
something. 45 minutes ago, you and Esso said this, and he agrees with me. You want your woman to develop and advance and elevate.
No,
hold on.
I'm talking to the new niggas
as a podcast.
to the new niggas who are coming out, who don't know shit, who want to spend $1,000 on the first episode.
Yes.
You're a dumb.
No.
Figure out your product first.
Yes.
Figure out what y'all talking about. Put your fucking shit together. Then you can understand, all right, now we need another location. We can make it look better. That's how you do it.
You know what's
But if you want to come out $1,000 in the gate and you talking about some bullshit, $200.
So why you say Joe Budden changed his couch? Why you say they don't care about the couch?
Because Joe Budden already he has expenses.
Yes.
And his expenses is now people.
Yes,
He's
okay.
fucking rich. He's making like
don't
$1
need to
million.
change
But the
His set is legendary
But the
already. You don't
reason
need
why
to
Joe got to
But
get his
maybe he
flowers,
wants to. He's tired of being it looking the same way.
he's always tweaking his show to give a better experience because he knows when he tweaked his show, more money came in. He knows that. And he's like, all right, cool. I got more expenses. Let's tweak it more. The number one complaint we get when we shoot here is this. But we speak so well that they start to override it. But as time
Niggas told me the famous dresser.
yes, they complain
The
about
famous
this
dresser
shit.
at this point.
Yes, but we have to ascend.
No, yes, I agree, but we have the opportunity to ascend. I'm talking to niggas who don't,
But
who are
Ghost,
just starting.
but Ghost.
If you're talking about prices of studios.
But Ghost,
You can spend for 3 studio sessions. You can spend it on a camera and shoot the shit yourself.
yeah, but now guess what you got to
Then you
spend?
build up to the next camera.
Don't do that.
Then you build up to- you gotta
Don't do
work
that.
your way.
Don't do that.
Put the
because
work in.
Who's gonna shoot it?
You put the fucking work
No,
in.
don't do that.
Put the work in.
See, this is
How
not
many
fair.
niggas want to be? You tell me every day
Ghost,
niggas want to be like me.
Ghost,
Find a nigga. There's niggas out here, bro.
Ghost, in order to work the camera, right, and be able to be talent, one of those are gonna suffer. You're either going to be great at being talent or you're going to be great at the camera.
Nothing is great on the first.
No,
go,
but Ghost, the technical, then to learn either YouTube and Pro Tools. Think about what you're asking them to learn YouTube. You're asking them to learn Final Cut. You're asking them to learn Pro Tools.
You're talking to a man that said drug dealing is easy.
Yeah, bro.
You're talking about work.
And
you talking about niggas. You asking niggas to do work? How could you?
Ghost.
All you want to do this shit, right?
I couldn't do it without.
Ghost,
if I had to go get a camera,
You're talking-
it's different,
hold on.
I can't do some shit you do.
Ghost, because you're talking to a nigga that knows how to do all of this.
Okay.
No. I know how to do all of this. But if I had to do all of this, I couldn't do none of the other shit. I would be mentally fucked up. That's why when I first started doing my show, my partner Dutch said, He can do all of this shit. I was engineering this shit. I was setting up the camera. I could do all that shit. He said, but when it came time to do the other shit, he was fucked up. Mentally, what you're asking to do is unsustainable. After a while, it's going to be unsustainable.
That's what's called a team.
Yeah, I agree. And that costs money.
Bam couldn't do it by himself, and Bam is young.
Yeah.
It's my little cousin, my
Nigga,
younger cousin
I remember
in
one dude, you were out of town, and I knew you couldn't do this. He said, bro, I said something wrong in the interview. Can you take it out of the interview? I said, we'd have to take the interview down. He said, I heard that you could edit it. I had to learn in real time how to edit it. Take it out. I never called you. I took the shit out. I didn't know that when you take it out to YouTube, it takes 48 hours for it to crystallize.
Not anymore, though.
Okay, cool. So the nigga's calling my phone. He said, call Space Ghost. I said, I'm not calling Space Ghost.
I forgot what that was about.
Yes, I don't want to say the dude's name because it was something sports related. Nigga, I can do all this shit, but the stress, it took me 6 hours to fix a 10-second clip. I fixed the clip in about 20 minutes.
But you should have just called me.
No, because you don't fuck with that shit.
Nah, I would have. If no,
there's
cutting
shit
something out, bro.
Bro, how much shit I do on the apps? I do this, I do that, nigga. I always told you. I just wish we could be like how Joe Rogan is. We put it up and keep it pumping.
And he gets more flustered by things.
And Joe Rogan got other people too.
I don't.
You got to.
No, I got you.
And he looks at things differently. Like me and him had to talk about how differently people could look at things. Certain things just gets him flustered. Like it was something simple. I gave him money, right? I gave him money. I gave him two $50 bills, right? Amongst all this money that he had in his hand. Now I knew I gave him the money, right? I said, yo, give me one of the $50 bills so I can make change, right? So he's going to money. He's like, I don't have, as soon as it happens, everything is different.
No,
you're
telling the story wrong. I counted out, right? I said, I looked through it. He said, it got to be in there. I counted it out again. He's like, yo, it got to be in there. I said, bro, I looked at it.
I said, Hyn, I gave it to you. I said, Hyn, you don't remember?
Yeah, you said all of that.
I gave you the two $50 bills when you sat down.
No. When did I find the $250?
When they was wrapped up in your money.
No. Because it's all of them is crisp, right? The $250 is crumbled, mangled, and fitting. I said, come on.
That's how you put your money in
no.
your
He gave me all of them shits crisp. You could count them up. So I'm going through it. I'm like, I had to individually break them all apart. And I said, I said, my bad, bro. It was Dan. He's like, I know, nigga. Don't question me. And I said, you right.
He never said my bad.
Yes, I did.
All he said was, here they go. And I looked at him like this because I didn't want to go back and forth with him in front of people. He said, here they go. He didn't say my bad. He said, here they go. And I'm just, see, my thought process is this, though. You know I gave you the 250s when I walked in.
I never said you didn't. I'm look at it, though.
So this is the whole thing. See, then he turned and says to me, you didn't give them to me. Yes, I did.
You know why did I say that to you though?
It doesn't matter.
No, it does because I said I because he said he sent it.
This is the thing. He's missing the point. He knows I gave it.
I did not know
what he gave you.
Yo, that's what I'm saying.
No,
he knows I walked in here and I gave him money.
If he's the one who handed it to you.
Yeah.
He knows what the bills are.
I gave you 250.
Hold on. If I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, I counted it, and they're all crumpled and mixed in. You can't even see them. I had to literally rip all them. Hold on. I ripped.
That's a you problem.
Hold on.
That's what he did. He took it and stuffed it in his pocket.
No, he gave it to me and I folded it. So now I'm like, where's this? He's like, now, as I'm counting it, did it not show up when I just ripped them all individually? I had to put it on the couch, and then they're all crumpled into like molecules.
But that was your fault.
Bro, I know. He's in it. This is what I'm saying. He's in his pocket. He's in the next pocket. I'm like,
you
yo.
can't say you didn't give it to me when he knows the bills that he gave you. And then you be like, but the way I was doing it is wrong. You're supposed to tell me.
Let me show you something.
He's not holding the money.
If you give, I was always taught, if you give money straight up, file, they all straight. Hold on. Now, if I gotta sit there and take every individual bill and put them one by one to see that instead of it just coming out, that's crazy though.
Bugging out.
Hynaken, you had the other money in your pocket already.
No, it was in the money.
No. I did. Hein, that's not true.
Yes, it was.
Hein, listen, you came here. You came with a pocket for the money.
No, I had no money in my pocket.
All I gave you, no, you're right. I gave him $400 separately. I said, yo, this is for the studio time. I gave him $400 separately. Boom. Then he sits down in the chair and I peel up. I said, oh, here goes the other $100. It's just $250. He know I gave it to him. So when we sit there.
I never, he was like, yo, do you see the two? Because he needed the $50 specifically.
To give to Jeff.
I'm like, yo, I'll just give you this. He's like, no, the change ain't right. So the 250s that he needs specifically, right? No, that's why it's an issue. Not an issue. That's why he needed it, because it would have been annoying to break the change, then we quarters and all of that. And I'm sitting there like, I know he gave it to me. I'm counting them. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm counting again. He's like, yo, bro, where's it at? I said,
he don't know I gave it to him. I said I gave it to you. He said, you know how Hynaken goes? No. You know how he gets to that? No.
Bro, that's not just no. He's like, bro, where's it at?
That Tony Yayo shit.
Bro.
Chill.
I didn't just say that. You know I don't just say that. He's like, yo, what's up? Where is it? I don't see it. Yo, I gave it to you. I was like, all right. I counted it again in front of him. He's like, yo, I said, no, it's not right here. Count it again. Then I'm like, all right, you know what, bro? He's too convincing. Let's bring it.
He's too convincing.
2, 3.
Not that he gave it to you.
4. No, hold on. 5, 6. When I get to it, it's all crumpled, folded like origami.
But it was there.
Yeah, folded in between the money.
He just told on himself when he said he's so good. That's how you know he didn't believe me. He said, oh, well, since he's so convincing, I'ma check. He just told him he's
I never, hold on.
When you give out money, don't you know what bills you gave the person if it's cash?
Here's exactly what I do.
Just asking you.
No, hold on.
Unless you don't trust them. That's the only thing that this is that. How do you trust me or you don't?
No. Sometimes people have money in different pockets. You think you give something, you might have been like, oh, I forgot it was in this pocket. I thought it was in the bunch. Because he's handing me different money segmented. So I'm like, I don't think he's never been wrong about money. But he's been like, oh shit, it's in this pocket. When it comes to the counting, so when I'm looking, I'm like, yo, bro, I don't see the 2. And the 250s he needs are the 2 that's crumpled, mangled, folded in. I'm like, bro, everything else, the 100s is there, Chris.
Did he give it to you crumpled, mangled, and folded?
No, I didn't.
Yes.
No, I didn't.
Yes, bro.
Stop, man.
Hold on.
Ghost, do you believe Ghost? Ghost, you know me, Ghost. Thank you, Ghost.
Bro, hold on.
I don't believe that.
Thank you, Ghost.
I don't mangle money.
You said it was $250, right?
$2 $50 bills.
$50 bills.
$250. They're both mangled and crumpled. This is why I'm like, and then
he don't even walk around with crumpled.
Thank you.
But bro, when I
Ghost, thank you.
Hold on. If he's giving me money folded, and then the only you think so. Let's make sense.
It's
Hold
not
on.
crumpled.
No, and I just
you crumpled.
No, I didn't. I said I was taught when you have your money, you keep them in line and folded. I said that's how I do it. So when I'm counting it like that. I don't fuck with crumbled money. I do not.
All right.
So that's why when I'm like, yo,
I'm gonna tell you what he did. You ready? You ready? I gave him the first money. I'm gonna just tell you what he did. I got to clear this up. I gave him the first money. He was standing up. He sat down behind the microphone. I walked over. I gave him the other money. He didn't put it in his shit. He stuck it in his arm.
He folded it.
You just said he said.
I folded the money.
How could you fold it and it be crumpled in your pocket?
Bro, you're not listening.
Cap.
Hold on. So So listen to what you're saying. So the 50 you gave me, those 250, you gave it to me separate or was it a bundle of money?
I gave it to you separate.
No, you did not, because you gave me a bundle. You did not just give me 250.
Hynaken, I'm gonna tell you. Hynaken, I'm gonna tell you what I gave you because
you gave me 2 folded.
Yo, Hynaken, this is what happened. Hakika came with the back end of $400. Mm-hmm. When Hakika came with the $400, she walked in, she gave it to me, and I gave it to you.
Yeah, just
Hynaken, please don't interrupt me.
All right.
I gave you the $400. You took it. Hakika sat down. You sat down. I said, oh. I pulled the money out my other pocket and said, yo, here goes $100 other that I have to give you. Here's the $100.
Nah.
You were sitting
You
right.
gave me that with the other niggas' money.
You was
it was way more than $100.
No, it was not.
You want to know why? Because you owed me money for the studio I paid.
That's why I just said the $400 is what I gave you from Hakika.
Bro, you know how much money you gave me that day?
How
much money you gave me that day?
Money. I gave you $500 and then I cash apped you $200.
You gave me more
nigga. I cash apped you $200.
You gave me more than that.
You're capping.
Yes.
And
then that's why when I pull the money out, I'm like,
you know why this is? You know I'm making my point because he'll go all the way to the end like he did in Angela Yee's spot. He'll go all the way at Where Were Ye with the radio station when I told you about the plaques. You'll go all the way to the end, change the story, and usually I let him change the story to move on. But today I'm not. Today I'm exposing. I told him off camera. Stop capping around me. I don't fuck with that.
So then
you're capping.
So then when you gave me the 250s, they were straight, right?
Bro,
and then, hold on.
I gave you $100.
No. They were both $50 bills.
Yes, they were.
So then now, I take them and they're folded together because I unfolded it to count the money. And in the pockets, being in my pockets folded. Hold on.
What does your pockets got to do with what I gave you?
No. Hold on.
Yeah, you're blaming me for what you put in your pocket?
Because everyone saw it. They both micrally and magically crumpled to this small. Because that 50 had to come from that other nigga. It didn't come from the girl.
Ghost, may I ask you a question? Let me ask you a question.
Nigga, I was like, why is this shit crumpled like this?
And answer this question. Let me just ask you this question before we shut this down. Out of the two people that are sitting here, who do you think has mangled up money and who has folded money?
I don't have mangled money.
No, let me ask you a question.
Don't mangle money.
Ghost, let me ask you a question.
That's like saying who's cleaner? You or me? You're cleaner than me.
Ghost, how we carry ourselves. Who has mangled money?
I do not have mangled money.
Let Ghost answer.
Let me tell you why I don't have mangled money. I used to handle a lot of money at my job, and they always say, have it in order, do it this way.
You have cash on you right now?
No.
All right.
The fuck?
I'm just trying to see.
I swear to God, let me tell you, y'all didn't even peep this. I put them all in order. I put the big bills.
Why are they peeping your money? Like,
no. I'm telling you, this is. And then all of them got to face a certain way. I have OCD about it, so it got to be $1. Then it's the 5s, it's the 10s, the 20s. If the face is one way and the face is other way, I start freaking out. I never spoke to y'all about that. That's why I don't carry cash. So when I'm sitting there, I'm like, it's folded. I'm like, where is it at? I'm counting. Counting.
I better never see a mangled
the
fucking mangled bill
I don't
around
fuck
you
with that
ever, man.
Because money would fall out my pocket, so I make sure I keep it clean and neat. I'm serious. I don't fuck with that.
Let me show you something on camera. Yo, keep the camera rolling.
Yeah.
Anyway, this has been going on for too long.
I keep short change money in there.
Yeah.
This is going on too long now.
Usually I don't show this, but you can see off camera, not like the rest of the people, where I'm pulling the money from. Okay, so I'm gonna fix this shit right here. Does this look like a nigga who carries mangled money?
Oh, shit.
Yo, watch this.
Hold on, give me your money.
Does this look like a nigga?
Give me your money.
Look, does this look like
give me your money.
No,
I'm not taking it.
No, don't touch my money.
No.
That's not balling up.
Yeah.
Does this look like a mangled money nigga?
No, hold on. Bring that. Give me the other one that's folded.
No.
Why? What? No, open the one in the rubber band.
Look. Does this look? I'm about to chump you. Look. These only $500 stacks. No mangled money, baby.
Let me show you.
Never. No, you don't got to show me nothing.
Why? You
don't got to show me nothing.
You think I'm taking your money?
No, you don't got to show me nothing.
Let me see your money.
No.
Let me see your money.
Let me see your money.
I don't carry cash.
Let me see your money. Ain't no mangled money. Ain't no mangled. No, don't touch me.
Why are you afraid?
I'm not afraid.
Yeah, let me show you something.
No. No.
Why?
Show me something about your pocket.
Hold on. Why is your hold on? Why is your shit all in order? Hold on. You got that from the bank. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you right now.
From the bank, that's from somebody else.
No.
That's the nigga that gave me cash, nigga.
No, you wanna know what?
Nigga, what you realize?
Let me show you something.
What you don't realize is I don't put cash in my bank account.
Let me show you something.
I keep it, nigga.
That's why I told you show me. Let me show you something. All your money is what? Hold on. In order?
Bro.
Hold on. I let you
cash.
talk. Yeah, and they were all facing each other, right? Why?
Because that's how I keep my money.
And I didn't know that, and I told you that's how I keep my money.
Prove it.
Nigga. I unfolded it.
Prove it. Pull money out your pocket, nigga. You got something in your pocket, nigga.
Don't.
Your pockets ain't empty, nigga. You got $5 mangled up in there.
No, I do.
Go. Put your pocket up. Put your hand up here.
Look.
Put your hand up here.
I don't carry cash, nigga.
Cap.
Look, I got mad pockets.
Yo, he got mangled money in his pockets, nigga.
Look.
He got mangled money in his pockets, nigga. He ain't pulling it out. All he doing is this. He no pulling pockets out, nigga. Pull the pockets out, mangled man.
There's none.
Pull the pockets out, mangled man.
I don't carry cash.
Pull the pockets out, mangled man.
In order though.
All right, what's the goal?
Cause I make a lot of money and I know how to count, nigga. That's why my shit in order, nigga.
And why they face it to the left?
I know how to count,
why
nigga.
They face it to the left? That's how I keep my money.
Cause that's how I hold my money, nigga. Show me your money.
No.
Show me your money. If you don't carry cash, you can't hold money.
Yes, I can.
You don't have cash.
Yes, I can.
You said you don't have cash.
Yes, I can.
So how you
Let me ask you something. Where'd you get the
He don't carry cash.
Hold on.
He don't carry
Where'd you get the $250? Where'd you get the $250 from?
Not from you.
No, where'd you get it from?
Not from you.
No, who'd you get it from?
Not from you.
Who'd you get it from?
I don't remember.
You know better.
I don't remember.
From the drug dealer, right?
Tell me.
From the drug dealer?
I didn't get it from no drug dealer.
Who'd you?
I don't do business with drug dealers.
It was two people that paid, right?
I don't do business with drug dealers.
It was the shorty and who else?
All right, man. That's it.
I don't know who you're talking about.
You don't remember?
State the name. No, I don't. State the name since you remember so well. State the name.
The Florida nigga.
So state the name since you know so well.
Hold on.
I don't know who you talking about.
Oh, you don't know? The same one that did the 8-bar.
State your name.
I don't know. All right.
Oh, now you don't know. But you know what the money was, right? Oh, you don't know. But you knew who Kika was, though, right?
State the name.
So you knew the girl, but you don't know the rapper. Come on, bro. You don't remember the rapper?
All right, mango money.
I'm not letting them cat no more. So that's
Did you not get money from the rapper or not?
Go. I told you I'm not.
Did you not get money from the rapper? The same one we did the 8-bar.
I am not letting him.
Why'd you pay me
anymore.
twice? Why'd you pay me twice?
I am not letting him cap.
You said Shorty and who else? Come on,
that's it. Over.
Yeah.
We're done with this.
The nigga gives him mango money.
And then have left watching this podcast. It's done.
Yeah, no, they love this dumb shit.
No.
Shout out to Juke the Movement who paid that nigga.
Right, what's the GOAT blunt rotation that you would wish you would be in?
A blunt rotation?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't want to smoke nobody.
I'm not a
You gotta
smoker.
smoke with and you in a circle with niggas who's all smoking, everybody smoking. Who's the niggas?
Let me start. Of course Snoop, of course Wiz, Esso, because he's gonna it's funny. So we need to break up this shit. So because smoking with him is a movie already. And who's the fourth one? Who's the fourth one that would be interesting that I've been around that is fun when they're smoking?
It could be fictional characters.
Dave Chappelle from what's the movie?
Half Baked.
Half Baked. Yes, that's my rotation. Because I seen how this nigga is when he smoked. This shit is a movie.
I'm trying to think who I would smoke with.
Yeah, that's kind of, yeah.
It could be fictional characters.
I would want to smoke. Could they be dead?
Yeah,
dead, alive, whoever. This is a
I would definitely want to smoke with Big.
Oh, that's
I would
fire.
definitely want to smoke with Pac.
That's fire.
I would definitely want to smoke with Snoop.
Ooh, that's a list.
And
come on,
because these are niggas that
they don't. We should put in there?
They don't really smoke no more. But I'm gonna name a female. I'm gonna say Lil' Kim.
Fine.
I'll say Lil' Kim.
You know, honorable mention, even though I don't think he ever smoked weed, or he might have, we didn't know. Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I would definitely smoke.
That would be fun.
My Quincy Jones.
Yeah, I smoked with Nas and the Redman. Yeah, me, Nas, Redman, and the Rock Wilder. That was when I first started managing Rock. I remember I was like, oh snap, I'm in the game. I'm smoking with Nas and Redman in the studio, and I managed the producer. This is crazy.
I was in the L one on 420. I was in the L one.
With who?
was in it?
State the names.
Al.
Oh, that's a savage.
Styles P.
That's a savage.
Damn, that was after the show. That was after the show.
That was after you left. You literally left.
My little cousins, I'm still tight.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't hang.
Styles P. Noid.
That shit was wild.
There was another nigga too. There was mad niggas in there. Earl Sweatshirt.
You know what else I would want to smoke with? Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton.
That'd be interesting.
Barack Obama would be fire.
Yeah.
Word.
Barack would be fire.
Yeah.
I would be cracking jokes with fucking Barack the whole time. That should be fire.
Be
And I would take him to the basketball court and drop 30 on him.
Barack. I want like Barack, Jim
I would fuck
Carrey.
with Barack. Jim Carrey would be a riot.
Jim Carrey.
Kevin Hart would be funny.
I don't want to do it with Kevin.
Really?
Jim Carrey.
I fuck with Kevin Hart though.
Yo, maybe what's his name? Cat Williams.
Nah.
Could be I don't know. It's tricky.
This is serious to me. You get too serious. But him and Barack, I wouldn't want to see that.
But Barack might not be. I don't think Barack would be serious. I'm assuming.
No, I'm saying like Cat will get serious because Barack is there.
Nah,
Like certain
I
niggas
think
is like I don't know if they together.
I mean that's an ill question of the blunt cipher. What about girls right now?
Yeah, I put a girl in there too.
I know you would like to smoke with LeBron. He LeBron no affair.
Get the fuck out of here. I don't want him to be nowhere near LeBron.
Yo, there's a class. Yo, I was in Europe. A nigga had a shirt on with LeBron rolling weeds. Huh? It was the illest shirt I ever seen.
Fire.
He should wear that shit. Yeah, nigga, that's fire.
It was LeBron breaking up, like rolling a fucking blunt.
That's fire.
Who else? Athletes who would I want to smoke with?
There's some chicks I would burn down with. I would burn down with fucking Cardi B.
Yeah,
I would burn down with Cardi. I already know that shit would be fucking last all day.
For sure.
What? Burn down with Cardi B would be jokes all fucking day, nigga.
That'd be funny.
That would be fire. I would burn down with Cardi B, son.
I think we should do something like have people do a smoke session with us and they pay for the entry.
That would be some BTS.
Yeah.
We need to do something on Patreon. Because we only got
Patreon.
I'm only saying this because
I agree with
I'm
you.
only saying this because we already have our thing on YouTube, and then people could see our early stuff on YouTube. What about the BTS or something else that we could let other people shoot?
BTS on YouTube too. Yeah, let somebody else shoot.
Yeah,
somebody else running the go. I don't give a fuck.
I ain't even talking about running. I ain't even talking about running because
he doesn't want nothing to do with
Patreon.
He just has a
I don't want nothing to do. It's just.
Bro,
you can do it. You can do it. That's fine.
No, you heard the lingo. You didn't hear what he just said.
He don't.
You
like
can
it.
do it. Not we can do it.
He said. He said we after he said
Bro,
you.
I know
he said you could do it. We could. I know the signs.
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I know.
Patreon,
nigga,
whatever.
you talking to us like we're girls, bro. That's like niggas be like, yeah, sure, I got you on that.
No,
like,
but I'm saying, but it gotta be a creative.
Feed the deal.
It gotta be a creative. But I feel
no, I know. Man. I don't. I just.
But do our memberships feed the deal?
Hell, fucking yeah. Our memberships boosted up.
It be up and down.
It be up and down, but
it stayed steady. It stayed steady.
Depends on the content. If you keep the content, you know what I'm saying.
But you don't think it would be too jumbled up? It's like we're so trying to be professional and on this type of shit because the BTS.
Trying to be professional?
I mean, we are. I mean, we are professional podcast. I don't mean try. We're being professional, but what I mean is the fucking BTS is like a whole other side of niggas. I just feel like
it's a whole other thing. It could be a whole other thing. They could do other shows on Patreon for sure.
I just feel like because the BTS
niggas love it.
If we had real BTS where it's really be going.
But then you been like, you gotta take this out.
Not me. I don't be taking nothing out.
I mean, it's rare, but I get what
rare.
How many times we ask you to take shit out and
because it's not BTS.
And then when we ask you, you still don't do it half the time.
I go like this when we start. So anything before that, sometimes it's like you got to take this out.
That before, that
if we would have that Akon before footage,
that would have been
Patreon for me,
bro.
because I wouldn't have wanted to just. You gotta go get that Akon BTS
That
of us
first 10
talking.
minutes?
That would have had you. You can't get that here. You gotta go somewhere to get that BTS.
And it wasn't no controversial shit. It was a different level.
That shit
dialogue.
was jokes and gold. I would be like, Ghost, we can't even. I don't even want that over here. Like,
I agree. And Ghost would have been like, yeah.
No, he probably would have been like, no, let's just drop it here. But I was like, no, Ghost, this shit is so different. That BTS with him was the illest BTS I've ever been a part of in my life.
I agree.
The jokes, the laughing, the information.
Yes, though, that was crazy.
Not me. Not me.
Yo, when the interview was done, I said, this is a top 5 interview that I've ever done.
BTS, we did a bunch of shit.
It wasn't
Lanez
good.
shit?
That shit with Akon, was some of the illest BTS because he was
recent. Peter Gunn's BTS would have been.
Peter Gunn. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Peter Gunn's BTS was up there with Akon. This is what I'm saying. I would not put that there. I'd be like, you want this uncut shit over here? This is different.
Let me tell you something. I would make a different tier for that one.
Nah, that's a different tier.
That shit.
No, you know we can make different tiers. So the episode is one, but the BTS, we'll make that like
on YouTube?
Yes.
Yeah, you can do different tiers.
Yeah, we can increase the.
Y'all know I don't know.
No, I'll talk to you. That one right there, all of that niggas is
Y'all know I don't know. So yeah, we can leave it up there. We could do a whole other
let
tier.
niggas have that.
Yeah, that's $10 or whatever. That shit, nigga.
We can start doing it. You have
just let the camera run when niggas just start sitting down.
But Ghost has the GoPro, so we can get all the other little shit. You dig what I'm saying?
But if he let that camera run.
No, he's doing both. But we still need
you can do both. I got you.
And we make that
with the
GoPro.
GoPro.
I swear to God, I will never ask you to drop it on the YouTube. Let that live right there. Let them go hammer.
No, we said YouTube.
No, sometimes when we have the shit, we put it.
This other tier.
Never let it go.
No, this BTS. If we get that gold BTS, no, they can't. You gotta be on that tier, nigga.
Yeah,
to watch that shit.
So y'all y'all already paid the $5 for that. With $10 tier on that one.
That's already coming. That's gonna be fire.
Yeah.
All right.
BagFuel, baby.
And that's what I could use Blaze hip hop to do.
Yeah.
Bang. Yo, like, subscribe.
But okay.
Huh?
They people that's doing good work that we could like before I say that, I want to get to the point that we can put some people on.
And we don't got to do all
channel,
this stuff.
or help them, or on the channel, or even
that's our future,
or even help them build their own channel and make the money off of them. Give them time. If we have a place, give them time. Let them do what they do and be like, yo, listen, we'll pay you. But in order for us to pay them, they got to have the stuff up there for us to get paid. But we do have other channels that we have access to that if we want to do a deal with them that's monetized already, and we could use those channels.
That's true.
And we could give somebody a deal to start them off. It could be small or whatever for as much content as they could come with, and we make that shit run. We want to get to the point that we can do things like that as well.
That's going to be the future of our longevity. Huh?
You gotta be hungry.
They gotta be hungry.
But we know how to identify hunger, though.
But they
gonna
slack up.
They might be hungry now, but are they gonna be hungry in 3 months?
I agree with Ghost.
I stopped talking.
They slack up. You right.
Like I'm telling you, with the niggas that want to pay $1,000 for the first episode, then when you get to the 5th, 6th episode, it's like you're not gonna keep paying this $1,000. You better start buying cameras and shit.
I mean, that's also expensive unless you know how to rob B&H.
Yeah, but buying $1,000 camera and paying $1,000 every time you do an episode is two different things, bro.
Yeah, it's called investing. See, you got to remember, Hynaken, that's the old way of thinking that y'all was thinking. You have to invest into yourself. So when people keep saying, well, $1,000 and you got to do this, this is what you want to do.
No, I'm not disagreeing with that. What Ghost is saying to do, that makes sense.
Is it your life?
No,
you gotta make it your life.
No,
bro.
I don't disagree. But what you're saying is they're still gonna incur cost.
Of course.
No,
bro.
so either way, when you're like,
we still incur
cost.
No,
but what you're saying is you're just telling them transfer one debt to another.
No,
hold on.
You're relieving a stress.
Stress. But what he's saying is, right, S, if I'm doing this, get the camera and then learn it.
Yeah.
Or yes,
find somebody who wants to.
But listen,
There you go.
But this is also what he's saying. While you're recording over here, you still go get your camera.
Figure out the way out.
You're investing into yourself. If you just keep paying, he said you could have taken time out, gotten a camera, and learned. And this is a part of investing when you're working your job.
Real quick, Bigger start paying for studios, and he said, you know what? Let me talk to this nigga. How much he paying in rent? Let's find out. He's trying to find a way out. No, he looks for solutions to find a way out.
The solution ain't the problem, right? I'm not even disagreeing with what you're saying, but regardless, there's no way you're not dropping money and you're not doing, and you're gonna do. There's no way you're not gonna avoid paying money. And there's no way you're doing this by yourself.
You're not avoiding paying money doing nothing.
No, listen to
you're just paying it to yourself. You're not paying it to somebody else.
But you're still gonna pay the same amount of money.
That's not true.
All right. So how much is it for you to shoot?
That's not.
Hold on.
True.
Goes. Just take yourself.
How much is it when I'm around? How much is it for you to shoot?
That's not the same thing.
But
though.
I'm asking you a question.
No, but zero.
Nothing.
Yes. Yeah, but
so that's a cost that you alleviated because I'm here. So you got to find somebody.
We made a smart business, and
then, but Goes. I agree, but guess what? You have to say then. You need to go to a school. Me and Esso spoke about this. You got to get young talent.
Be that person, it could be. They can make a team. That's what building a team is.
Wait, hold on. When you start doing things and you put stuff out there, people start coming to you because they're gonna recognize. You're gonna meet camera. We met tons of cameramen,
and they're gone. I told you that. No, I know them niggas.
We didn't use a lot of them.
No, bro, we did. There was the first camera nigga we had, right? Oh my nigga, it took him 6 weeks. He couldn't figure shit out. I said he's done. Then we had another nigga.
That's you.
The only cameraman that I went through is the original DB that I met and Push, and then we got the Ghost.
Nah, we had something in, not Ghost, but we shot with Preach. We had to pay for that.
But Preach was a whole nother thing. Preach was a location that we paid to the camera, just like Mandy's old spot. That's where we paid for them to do that. Yeah. But we didn't run through Matt. I didn't. I don't know about you, but in my years, I didn't run through a whole bunch of cameramen. And when I correlate myself to any business that you're doing, when you put skin in the game in the business, other people are going to start coming to you and want to work with you.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with that.
That's how you start cutting costs. When we got Ghost, we said right then and there, yo, as much as we want to shoot, are we going to be able to pay Ghost? Right? Instead of doing that, let's ask him, let's make Ghost an equal partner on everything that we do. No. So now, whether we make a little or we make a lot, that's a business decision to bring people on. People that are creative and content niggas, like I tell y'all, they have a hard time understanding.
You're talking to me that I built multiple teams with niggas.
They have a hard time.
Talent.
But I also told you, I also explained to you, I said, and I'm not going to say on camera why, but I said, this is why y'all content niggas be breaking up too. Because y'all can put things together, but the business side of it is lacking. And the business side of it is why the content niggas keep breaking up and they keep moving on.
So then when it goes back to what we're saying, to the genesis, as much as they want to do this and all of that, it's so many layers to this. It ain't just going to be, you get a camera and you learn. It ain't just gonna be, you have to now learn the editing system. You have to learn how to upload it to YouTube. You have to learn how to monetize it. You gotta learn how to, nigga, what you're talking about before they can even put out a piece of footage, what you're telling them to learn is gonna take them 2 years before they can put something up.
Not if you got the hunger.
Now, if you got the hunger, because listen,
they'll put up trash.
Let me
put up trash.
Yo. Let me just tell y'all how y'all maximize y'all shit, since y'all not really that smart and we trying to help y'all. You book your session for 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. You spend a couple dollars on this session. This session is $500. During that session, you want to get multiple shows done. Bring your clothes and shoot multiple shows. Shoot 3 or 4 shows, advice. Right? Then you know how to spread your thing out. Now you have 2 paychecks. You got 4 shows, you got 4 weeks, 1 week per show. You got 2 paychecks now that are coming. 1 paycheck goes to your next show. 1 paycheck goes to your camera that you're gonna do. While you're in there learning what you're doing and they're giving you clips, you take time and you at least learn your camera or while you're putting your clips out. Once you learn one camera, it's gonna be easier for you to learn the second camera. Don't be so smart and buy 2 of the same cameras, because then you know how to work both of the cameras. Duh. And you can't be cheap. See, a lot of content creators, they come from a cheap mind standpoint. They're niggas. They want to rob, kill, and steal, and that's how they feel better for it. They don't think about just taking their money and using a credit card or actually saving and go buying what you need to succeed. That's all it takes. Hunger, need, and due diligence. And you can possibly have a chance to make it.
Yeah, everything you see here, we all paid for it. The mics, the recorder, the stands, the camera, the location.
Over time.
Over time, I gave Ghost a camera that he traded in and got another
How about
camera.
this? I had another microphone that was $500 and I was like, Ghost, you can have it. He said, I don't want it.
It's broken. It was broken.
No, it's not. You don't like. It's tingy. You don't like the sound of it.
It was broken, bro.
No, it's not. That's how it sounds. The PR.
I only went to audio school and got a fucking.
I went to audio school too, bro, and I got a degree.
So I can tell when a fucking mic is broken.
And bro, that mic has never been used.
All right.
The only time it's ever been used.
If it's been sitting in where?
Huh? In
a
box.
Dusty ass location.
No, it was in a box. I gave it to you in a box, bro.
It was fucked up. Man.
No, it's not. You don't like the sound of it.
Go look at it.
Nigga, that mic is newer than these.
It doesn't.
You know how
matter.
old this mic is?
It doesn't. That doesn't mean that it's not broken.
Nigga, you don't like
You
the sound
can
of it.
fucking smash a brand new car. It's still
No,
fucking
because you was like, I
broken.
don't like the sound of it. I'm like, it's
broken.
No, it's not. That's how all the mics sound. Right. That mic, the PR40, I know whether you don't like it.
It's broken.
No, you don't like the sound.
It's broken, huh?
No, you don't like it.
All right.
How?
Like, subscribe, super thanks. We appreciate everybody that's following us. If you want to join my school, go to the school app, SKOOL ESSO University. Sign up. It's only $47 a month. Go to the BagFuel.com. You can go buy sweatshirts. You can buy my cookbook. You can buy anything and see anything that you want to do with BagFuel. And please just keep supporting us, repurposing the clips, following us, shouting our name out, reposting us. We out of here.
Bang.